The darkness of night, the flicker of a flame, the electricity that comes before a storm, as an audience waits with bated breath for their orator to begin. He stands between the gathering and the roaring fire, wrinkled hands clasped in his long white beard dancing in the breeze. When he is confident that every soul is fixed on him, the old man begins.
My fellows, young and old, you gratefully lend your ears, and so it is that I shall lend you my tongue and wisdom. The story that I wish to share with you this evening is one of courage and sacrifice. I tell you, though you have no doubt heard their names before, of the Corvus Triad. 3 dragon hunters who long ago defied all expectations, and through great feats of strength, cunning, and willpower, defeated our winged invaders one by one. The crusade they led shall never be forgotten, and their names shall never, forever hold a place in the repertoire of bards who sing of the great heroes of Thedas.
How fitting it is that the wise man's tale this evening is that of the Corvus Triad, the great dragon hunters of the Steel Age. You listen intently as wise man Percy delivers the story, and chills run up your spine throughout the flawless narration. Looking around, you see that you are not the only one so moved by the wise man's delivery. The other 24 or so villagers of Helton who came to listen this evening appear to be completely mesmerized by the performance as well. Turning your head the other way, you see your 2 best friends. They notice you looking and nod. You can't help but smile as you feel a rush of adrenaline. Percy's booming voice snaps your attention back to the performance. You take in the story. You've heard it many times before, but you don't mind. After all, it is your favorite.
And so,
Percy declares as the story comes to an end, arms held high, casting long dancing shadows on the audience.
we must not quiver in the face of a larger foe, as eons ago the Corvus Triad showed us by their deeds. What we learn from this tale is quite clear, that to accomplish such deeds, to prove oneself a hero, that is the greatest of all aspirations that a man can hold in his heart.
The wise man Percy bows as the crowd stands to applaud his performance. After a moment, the people disperse. It is late, and the young ones need their sleep. But before you turn back to your own house, you catch the attention of your friends once more. You each exchange an eager smile, then finally turn back to your houses, haste in your steps. In exactly 4 hours, when all of Helton is fast asleep, the 3 of you will meet again. Tonight is the night you put your mundane lives behind you. Tonight is the night you test your strength, just as the Corvus Triad did when they led their crusade against the dragons. Tonight, you prove yourself a hero.
And we're live! Hello, and welcome back to the Invictus Stream. My name, as always, is Mr. Harlan Guthrie, and I am here with my storyteller friend, Justin.
Hello.
Sir Christopher. Evening. Drinking a beer, and my superfluous friend, Alex.
I don't know what that means.
And we are back. We are not back. Well, we're back on this Wednesday night as normal, but we are here with a brand new, I want to call it a mini campaign, with a little story from a little system we like to call Dragon Age, with Dragon Age heroes. A little bit of clap, little bit of sadness because we don't know what sort of angle we're going just yet. This is an all new adventure. We're playing all new characters, and the beautiful Justin Thomas James has crafted this adventure for us in a world that we have all come to love. I am so excited to be hanging out.
Yeah. It'll be fun.
It is, of course, an 18+ show. If you are new to the stream, you're going to hear a lot of bad words tonight, but that's okay because everybody swears just like everybody poops, and especially on this channel, everybody poops. In fact, there's a video supercut of all the poops we did in our Wrath of the Gods episode, but needless to say, it's going to be 18+. So if you are uncomfortable with swear words or no-no words, as idiots call them, then you're going to have to go ahead and close this video. But before you do, you make sure to like the video. When you like the video, it makes Alex want to print off this warning and stick it to his background. I think that's what you got to do, Alex.
Yeah, I think I'm going to do that.
I still want you to beware to show it, but
huh?
I want you to do both. I want you to do both. I want you to still show it,
And I'll
but
print it off
also
and put it over there.
print it off and put it in the background. I think it's about time that you get a little. I mean, come on, I got all this going on. We got Frank the Frame. We got Tim's not Tim.
Insanity.
Tim Tabor. Trevor.
Yeah.
Trevor Toth. Tim Tabor, Trevor Toth.
Yeah.
Trevor's Insanity certificate. I think it's about time that you also put a little bit of a Invictus background. Chris has it. Justin's not really.
I've got a calendar.
Yeah. Anyway, so 18+. If you're uncomfortable with the swears, like I said, close the video, but like it first. Why is that round of applause? I don't know.
On your calendar, Justin, you should just like highlight Wednesday every week.
Yeah, everyone's in case you forget.
I do.
I actually do have to I had to put an alarm on my phone, to be honest, on Wednesday, so I don't forget. Only because now the weeks all blend into one. I do want you, please, if you're watching this, to also subscribe if you're not subscribed. We don't pander much for subscribers, but I'm doing it right now, so that doesn't really make sense anymore, does it? If you also like us and you think we're doing an okay job, go ahead and share our videos too. Post them on your Facebook wall, post them on your Twitter wall, put them on your real wall, print out a screenshot and stick it on your wall. So when people come over, they go, what the fuck is this? And they think you're crazy. But share it any way that you can, because word of mouth is sort of how we get around here. Just like my high school girlfriend. And we want to be around with everybody. So if you can spread us like an STD, that is very, STI now, I think is actually the technical term. So, you know, whatever you got to infect us with, you just do that. We would love to.
Infect us.
Love to.
Invictus.
Yeah. In what?
Invictus.
Invictus infection. But we would love to be in your home and in your bed. So share. Share is the key word. We're going to have a sharing day. There's a few other reasons why it's important to share, and I'll get to that at the end of this. It's charity reasons. But let's get to that after. If you are watching this on YouTube, then hopefully you've already been a part of the Facebook group. The Facebook group is the coolest place because it's where all the cool people get together and they hang out and they compare sizes of things, but they also talk about RPGs. They talk about us, which I love. They talk about each other, and they talk about politics. No, we don't talk about politics, but it's a great place. And you can find it by going on Facebook and searching the Invictus stream. There's the page and the group. The group is where all the discussion happens. The page is where you like it to show how many people, to show all your friends how big of a nerd you are. So really, it's how confident you are. If you're confident, you go ahead, you like that page, you present it to the world. I'm a nerd. That's why Alex hasn't liked the page. He's not there yet.
What? I like it.
Yeah, I'm sure. He's
Guys,
a closet.
please like me. I like it. I swear.
Join. I'm just looking at it right now.
When you join the Facebook group, you also enter yourself in. Well, you don't have to post, but you are entered into the running to win something we like to call most valuable post. And the most valuable post is pretty self-explanatory. It's the post of the week that we deem the most valuable. What does that mean? It could be funny, it could be entertaining, it could be informative, it could be a number of different things. But most of the time it's chosen quite arbitrarily. Nonetheless, I want to reward this week's to someone in a non-arbitrary way. Someone who posted something that was sort of half inspiring, half exciting, and half just a fun way to sort of share your own adventures, which is something we all like to hear. So without further ado, let's see if I can pronounce this right. Yeah, I think we got this. MVP goes to Mr. Andrew Sokolvik.
Sokolovic?
Sokolovic? But there's no H, isn't it? Or even
No,
if
it's probably. I think it is Sokolovic.
You know what? He'll correct me. I was speaking with Andrew today on Discord.
Who's right,
by the way-
Andrew? Alex or Harlan?
Yeah, Andrew. Who's right? And remember, who pays your bills? Neither of us. So really, you're totally unbiased here. Actually, I was speaking to Andrew today on Discord. That's why I picked him. I have favorites. That's right. No, but if you're always looking for a chat, you can always use our Discord server. We don't advertise it much because we barely fucking use it. But that doesn't mean you guys can. And every once in a while, when we get really bored, we jump on and talk, like today. So Discord, it's a thing. Use it. MVP goes to Andrew. Well done, Andrew. He had it for his post about Blood Bowl and how he introduced it to some kids, I think it was. Very, very cool. So well done, Andrew. If you're watching the game, make sure you pay attention for the first half of the game, because around 9:30 we're going to stop the action and we're going to reward the mid-game post, which is where we ask you a question and the first person to answer it correctly will also get an experience point to spend in game. And finally, at the end of the game, we give away the end game post. Or XP, I should say. And that's the person who is most helpful or entertaining throughout the game. So this is encouraging you guys to talk and share and listen and just be cool. Why? Because we could easily be playing this in our basement, sitting around, the four of us just talking. And that's fun. But if we're going to do it on stream, we might as well involve you guys in some way. You might as well talk to us and make us laugh, because that's what friends do. Right?
Yeah.
That's right. Another thing that friends do, really good friends, and this is an important one, is they care. That's just a general thing. They just care, okay?
I knew I was missing something.
I know, right? But I care about these guys below. I care about Dave, and I care, gosh darn, a lot about Mr. Michael. I care about all these guys. And when you care, a special thing happens. People feel good about caring. And there's no better way to show you're caring when you are far away from people than to be charitable. Segue. He gets it now. That's right. We are participating in something called Extra Life. And Extra Life is a organization that helps the Children's Miracle Network of Hospitals, the charity, the Children's Miracle Network of Hospitals. It is something that, to be frank, wasn't all that, it wasn't on our minds. We're nice people, but we're not the kind of people to actively be thinking about this kind of stuff until someone from the stream, David Ionati, it's a mouthful, Ionati, mentioned it, and I looked over it, and it was something that we immediately fell in love with, and we powwowed together and decided that we wanted to participate in any way we could. So we are currently participating in the 24-hour November 4th live stream. It is going to be a crazy day. It's going to be nuts. Of all the stuff going on, I got to say it's almost daunting, because it's like a pure 24-hour run of just gaming, and already my eyes tend to sort of burn when I'm doing very little.
Maybe you bit off more than you could chew. Is that possible?
No, yeah, are you kidding? Justin and I were talking about this. We used to game. Our like high school was like rent Halo, going to the basement and play like 5 hours.
When Star Citizen comes out, I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to. I've got to take that whole day off for a weekend.
Well, hey, 3.0 will be out by November.
I'm so excited.
Big chunk of the day by that point. Anyway, 24-hour live stream is sort of the end all of this. But throughout that time, the next 7 or so months, I'm going to be constantly trying to raise money and drum up by asking, like now, if you're interested in donating, or if you want to help kids. I don't want to do that. That sounds shitty. If I'm like, don't you want to save kids' lives? No, we're not going to do that. But give it if you can. Like this kid. Yeah, this kid right here. No, but give what you can. Don't force yourself to. But anyway, the link is in the description. Again, Extra Life is the organization, and it's for the Children's Miracle Network of Hospitals. November 4th, we're going to be promoting the hell out of it. And as well, leading up to it, I'm going to be doing independent streams, trying to boost a little bit of sales. In fact, next Friday, not this Friday, but next Friday night at 9 o'clock, I am super, super excited to do the first in what feels like a long time of the spooky game. The spooky stream. And I am super excited for 2 reasons. One, if everyone's not so fussy, little Henry and Holly are going to hang out here, so you might hear a few cute coos before screaming. But mainly I'm excited because what we're going to be playing is Outlast 2. The highly anticipated sequel to Outlast, which was a great game. So So anyway, so when you're watching that, come by, hang out. If you can give a little money, give a little money. Why? You get entered in the Hall of Heroes. You get to be a nice person, and you also get your name read out on air. Now, I don't remember where we left off, so I'm just going to read everybody from the beginning, because so far, and I am honestly, I want to say surprised. I shouldn't be, because the community is so nice, but I am surprised. I'll be honest. So far, we have raised $350, which is actually really cool. I kind of thought it'd be like neat, and then no one, but you guys are fantastic. So here we go. Starting from the first person, Mr. Tim Tabor. Thank you. Mr. Palmer, when we get to like 200 people, it's gonna take a long fucking time. Palmer Reckenwald, thank you. Paul Bernhard, thank you. John and Lauren Regan, thank you. David Ionati, special thanks to you, buddy. Mr. Michael Kyle. Mike Kyle has been a longtime fan, also donated. Thank you. He gets special applause. Mike Fazio, what's that?
So Mike Kyle can barely afford things. That's really very, very
That's a weird thing to say, but yeah, it's still very nice. Mike Fazio also, and finally, an anonymous donation who, after I messaged them because I wanted to add them to the Hall of Heroes, wanted to be called Lord of the Vale. So Lord of the Vale, thank you. Which is interesting because I also posted it on my public Facebook, and I just naturally assumed it was someone from the stream. So I was talking to them very like, oh, so, we'll see you Wednesday, blah, blah. And then I realized this could be like someone like, Alex's wife's sister or someone who just randomly felt like donating and didn't really want to be attributed. So they might find out we're really nerdy, but up until then, we keep it secret. So thank you guys. One more round of applause for all you fantastic people. If you want to be part of the Hall of Heroes, or you want to witness the Hall of Heroes, go to the subreddit. Pinned right at the top, the moderator announcement, all full of flair, is the Invictus Hall of Heroes, where you will be forever idolized. I don't think that's the right word. Immortalized in the unending and the writ that I will create, and each person will get listed there. So, and we're going to do it because hopefully we're doing this year over year, so you will stick there. So thank you guys for donating. Extra Life, it's a really good cause. The link's in the description. I'm sorry for talking about so much, but it's charity. So if you don't like me talking about it, you're kind of a jerk. It's a win-win. I can talk about it as much as I want. November 4th and a spooky stream on the 28th. Boom.
All right.
That is it for me. I'm so sorry. Justin is very excited to be getting this game. He wants me to blow through this charity stuff, and he's a dick for wanting me to do it.
No, I'm enjoying it. This is actually a lot of fun, man.
No, without further ado, that is it for me. I am happy and very thankful that we get to jump back into this world of Dragon Age, because it is such a great system, and Justin is such a great GM.
Storyteller.
Yeah. So, without further ado, Justin, James, Dragon Age Heroes, take it away, buddy.
All right. Whew, how you guys feeling tonight? Feeling good?
Feeling pretty damn good, buddy.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Here we go. So I'm just going to tell you guys a little bit of the backstory, the setting of where this mini campaign is taking place. So there will be some spots. You guys feel free to jump in if you have any questions. But basically, your characters, the three characters that were described in the intro, who tonight are going to be going out. You guys are from a village in northern Navarra called Helton. And it's a small mining community in, western Navarra, located directly between the Blasted Hills to the west and Perendale, which is a city to the east. And I don't think we've had a Dragon Age campaign set in Navarra yet, so this is completely new territory. But essentially, the cobblestone and wooden huts that make up the village sit at the base of a massive cliff known as the Great Rock. And where one side of town is walled by sprawling rock, the other sides are surrounded by dense forestry. You guys have lived in Helton your entire lives and have only ever traveled to the city of Perendale once or twice when you were very young. As such, the village and the people in it is and are all you have ever really known. The only time things changed in the town was when the miners arrived. Every spring they would pour in from the lowlands, pickaxes and wagons in fine shape, ready for the seasonal dig in the mines just under the Great Rock. They would fill the town with merriment and color every summer as hundreds and sometimes thousands of miners would take up temporary residency there. But come fall, they would say their farewells and make the trip back south. You guys following so far?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So far, so good. All right. So it is officially spring. And any other year, the miners would have arrived already. This year, however, they won't be coming back. A war has broken out between your home of Navarra and the Orlesian Empire to the southwest. Now, if you have watched any of our other Dragon Age campaigns, or the last one in particular, a lot of it took place in the nation of Orlais. That's basically Dragon Age's version of France. Everybody has French accents. So Navarra has been at war with them. And this means that most able-bodied Navarrans have been recruited to take up arms against the invading Orlesians. This includes many of the people living in the town. So such a small town as Helton already maybe only has just under 100 people living there year-round as permanent residents. Now, almost half of them have left for the war effort.
Do we know why it's broke out?
You know that the leader of Navarra is old. So you've heard from the wise man Percy. The leader is kind of not as cunning as he used to be. This is Lord Pentagast, who's the leader of Navarra. He has kind of lost his touch, and the Orlais and Navarra have always kind of been at each other's throats. And every, couple decades, a skirmish will break out and the borders will shift slightly. So this might be one of those wars, or it might be a bigger war, as the Orlesian leaders are very ambitious and young. So as a border town, Helton was one of the first to be taken over. It happened almost a month ago. And you've been forced to adapt to a change of all of the regular guards and, well-bodied men who would look after the town, men and women. They've been replaced by Orlesian guards. There's a few Orlesian guards stationed there. Despite all the changes that have happened in your town over the past few weeks, you and your two best friends, that's these guys.
Which, though? Who are you talking to?
Which who? Which you? You have remained close friends. In your spare time, outside of taking care of your responsibilities at each of your homes, you've spent the past couple of years training and honing your fighting abilities with each other, keeping it a secret from the rest of the community, especially the Orlesian guards who would frown upon you young teenage boys learning how to fight, possibly being able to start an uprising.
So we basically feel a little bit occupied, our town, right?
Exactly.
Do we? Are we responsible for feeding these soldiers and stuff like that?
If people are going out hunting, they are expected. That's part of the common practice of when you're occupied. But these guards, they've kind of kept to themselves. They haven't really interfered with anything. Frankly, you wouldn't even really realize they were there. Unless
That's how it starts, guys. It's always how it starts.
So, tonight is the night. All of your practice, all of your fighting one another is culminating into this one night where you put your skills to the test. For the first time in as long as you can remember, the Great Rock Mines are vacant of all miners, because all the miners are at war, right? So now you have the unique opportunity, and it's springtime as well, so they're relatively safe to explore. You have the unique opportunity to go in there and see what's in there. And if there are beasts and monsters, which you've heard have been in there before, that would be a perfect opportunity to show your mettle. So you've armed yourselves, gathered at the mines in the thick of night to explore their unknown depths and to look for opportunities to prove yourself. So, one of you is going to be late. Who is going to be late?
I'll be
Okay.
late.
So Eric Blackwater, being played by Harlan, is going to be late.
Unfortunately.
And the other two, you've arrived at the mines. You're waiting for Eric, and it's dark, it's scary, and it's just the two of you.
I'm kind of swinging my humble blade around and saying, "Where's Eric? He knows don't have a lot of time for this. I only get out once a blue moon. Where's he?
Have you been practicing at home, Sawyer?
I don't have time to practice. My mom's sick. You know that."
I know,
No.
but I'm watching Morley. I'm still practicing whenever I can, even with sticks.
So who is the teen with the sword that's swinging it, Chris?
My name is Sawyer Almeric. He's a 17-year-old. He's a pretty thin, just reached his growth spurt. Didn't really fill in quite yet. You can tell he's seen work though. Very calloused hands, dark hair, quiet young man. He kind of keeps to himself. And unfortunately, with his father away, his workload is more than doubled. And his mother being sick, he's at wit's end trying to keep things afloat around his household. And this is kind of his one outlet right now. And he really looked forward to it. And now with Eric being late, he's a little frustrated because he knows he needs to get back before long to make sure his mom's doing okay.
Perfect. So Sawyer swings the sword back and forth, anxiously waiting to get back to his mom. Carry on, guys.
You've been practicing. I mean, how have you had time to practice? Don't you have chores to do?
Well, I mean, yeah, but you can still find practice in whatever you do. I mean, Morley and I have been building up the hut that we're staying in, and so every time I have to fill mud in the cracks, I use my shoulders, and then when I have to go down to the river for water, I jump over the logs as if they're beasts of the
that's helping you. And I take a swing with the blunt side of my blade just on his backside to kind of joke around.
And I immediately dodge it with.
So it has been working, I guess.
So
I have
like
fake sword fighting with him.
So you go into okay, what's the word? Spar with each other.
Yeah, spar.
And why don't you tell us, Alex, who is this boy that is talking about jumping over logs and really trying to train, and who's this Morley he keeps talking about?
So my name is Marin Overwatch. Marin Overarch. I'm 17 years old. I've got two brothers, an older brother, Murdra, who has left actually to join a rebellion against the Orlesian soldiers. And I'm stuck looking after my stepbrother, who's only 5 years old. His name is Morley. And because my father was killed actually during his work as a soldier for a nobleman just outside of town. And my mother died many years ago, and Morley's mother died not too long ago, but it was sort of a matter of that. Anyways, we now live in an abandoned miner's hut just out on the edge of the village. But we grew up under the care of Percy in his chantry.
That's Percy. Yeah, the wise man of the town.
Yeah. So we kind of grew up under his care, and then when my father was home, when he could be, we lived with him until his passing. So now it's just me, and I look after my little brother Morley, who is none the wiser that I'm out gallivanting with my friends tonight. He's tucked away quietly in bed, safe and sound asleep.
Perfect. And you wonder as you're sparring with Sawyer, how's Sawyer's mom doing?
Yeah. And as we spar, oh, how's your mom doing, Sawyer?
Well, I'd rather not talk about it right now. I'd like to get my head off. But anyway, Celeste gave me some.
Sorry.
It's okay. Some herbs, I've been boiling them in the pot by the fire. It seems to help ease your breath. And she's been sleeping a little more soundly lately, but I can't, I can't, she doesn't seem to wake too often to speak.
You hear a sound coming from the entrance of the cave, and you're startled. But the footsteps sound regular. And after a moment...
Well, actually, what I want to be doing is Eric, knowing he's late, crouches up to the edge of the brush and takes a large stone and throws it at the entrance of the cave, waiting for them to turn around and sort of look at it mysterious. And as they do, I want to sneak up behind them with their backs turned to me.
When we hear the noise echoing off the cave walls, we turn to it. I said, "Do you think maybe?" And I pull my sword out.
And then
Dexterity, I guess?
like to roll for perception.
Go for it. You can roll. Looks like Sawyer is...
is kind
more
of
like I just want to believe it kind of thing, having fun.
Yeah, I got 9.
So I don't know how this works.
your
I've got an 8
dexterity.
perception.
So if you got... So your perception's 8. So 8 is actually -1 to the regular roll.
Right.
Justin, I
So
also
you're-
would roll perception, even if I'm playing, because I would try to, want to see what it
Okay,
is.
all right.
Now,
So,
I have a perception focus for tracking. I don't know if that would help me in this situation.
Not in this situation, but I will say that you turn and you recognize almost instantly, you can hear the soft rumble of a stone rolling, and you get the sense that it came from the opposite direction. But you can still play along.
Knowing that it's Eric, I turn and I say, "You've met your match, foul beast." And I run with my sword blade in the air, swinging wildly. Ah!
Towards me?
Yeah.
Okay. And the minute you do, I kind of shoot back. Jesus Christ, guys, making a joke, you bastard. And I stand with my hands up.
laugh.
Jeez.
Don't you know who you're dealing with?
Yo, the great
Sawyer
powerful
Almarak,
Sawyer.
the slayer of trolls.
No, of course, yeah. I've seen you slay trolls.
You might could have fooled me.
Hello,
Jesus
Eric.
Christ. Why didn't you guys go in? I wasn't going to be that much longer. I would have catched
Well,
up behind you.
some of us like to keep a tight schedule. I didn't realize that you had better things to do, Eric.
And as you say that in the moonlight, you see that I have a black eye, and you didn't see me with a black eye this morning. Well, I would have come faster, but unfortunately, I had to clean up, the fucking mess that. Fuck off. And I kind of push past them towards the
I
front.
see the black eye, and I immediately ask him about what happened. Are we down at the pub again?
And I turn around and say, "Oh, yeah. Listen, gents, this isn't pardoned. There was this mean fucker. I was going to leave the house, and I get all serious. And I'm walking, right? And out of nowhere, I walk straight into the door. But don't worry. I flew it open, smashed it against the wall, and taught it a lesson or two. Stupid idiot. Walked into the wall. Happened before. And I kind of shake it off and walk towards the cave. Are we going in this bitch or what?
Yes, the fearless, dexterous Eric at my side. I feel much more comfortable.
Yeah, fearless. I've seen you.
I thought you might have hit yourself in the eye, Eric, with a stone.
You know what, Marin? I wouldn't be talking so much. Guy can't even talk to girls. And
Well,
kinda
guys,
hint
I
to
don't have a
Sawyer.
ton of time. I would love to do some adventuring before I got to get back. Do you mind if
We
we
got all
press on?
night. I say we take our time, and I start
don't have
walking
all
real
night.
slow towards the entrance. Is this all right, sire? Is this okay if I start taking real slow towards the entrance?
I walk up to kick him in the butt and say, "Let's go."
And I also kick him in the butt. Funny enough, that's exactly what I was thinking.
Eric Blackwater is the son of the town blacksmith, and from birth was taught to do everything that a blacksmith does. But unfortunately, no matter how hard he tried, it was just out of his grasp, I should say. It wasn't that he couldn't handle the steel or work it. It's that his mind floated away to places beyond this world. He never told Marin or Sawyer, but within him, there's this longing, this fire, this burning. Something within him feels dark and distant. And while no one else in the town has any, to his knowledge, any sort of connection to magic, he feels it within him. His father, Hugo, is a notorious drunk, a terrible drinker, and oftentimes beats Eric late into the night, which is part of the reason why he probably has a black eye. And if he ever found out, or even if his friends casually mentioned that he was affiliated in any way with this feeling inside him, this connection to the Fade, this magic. It would mean more than likely his possible death at the hands of his father. Because of this, Eric feigns. He jokes. He makes humor and light. He often tries to attack with a sword, although he's no good at it. All the while swallowing the power that lingers inside him, pretending it doesn't exist. And as he steps into the black of the cave, he turns around one last time. If you don't hurry to fuck up, it's going to be morning soon, sire, and you're going to have to get home to mommy.
Shut up. And I walk in, knowing he's ragging on me again.
So Eric, Marin, and Sawyer disappear into the Great Rock mines as an owl hoots in the distance,
Woo, woo.
sealing all sound of the woods behind them. So the caves are pretty well maintained. They haven't really been looked after this year at all, but the water levels, usually the most dangerous thing is the water levels rising, and it looks like the water levels have already risen. You can tell because the entrance of the cave is damp, and so all the water is most likely drained. So
as I enter, I pull out the torch that I had and I kind of light it with a bit of flint and steel.
Perfect. It lights off, and the walls are glistening with the wetness.
Jeez, this looks like the inside of an ass.
I want to make light of this place. You know Thomas Woodhorn? Well, he had his cousin, you see, and I heard he walked by these caves one night and he went missing ever since. So my guess is there's something in here waiting.
I know Thomas Woodhorn. He said his cousin went off to another part of Navarra.
Not Thomas Woodhorn.
Of course, he's got a cover
Thomas
for it.
Woodhorn is dead.
The creature said if he told anybody, it would come for him next. It's a
Sire,
coward, you know
the
that.
only thing stupider than that story is the fact that you believed it. And I keep pushing forward.
Well, it's all in good fun, guys. I mean, let's build up the intensity.
But listen, there's probably real horrors in here. Thomas Woodhorn's an idiot. We don't need to listen to him. And his
Well, if
cousin,
there are, we should probably be a little quieter.
his cousin
As we
is
go-
5 years old.
As we enter, I casually pick up small stones, yay size, and I toss them into the darkness in front of us, and listening to the crack, crack, crack.
So you can hear it. You can hear it, especially after Sawyer mentions that you guys are being quite loud. You can hear the echoes of your voices still reverberating, and you throw the rock, and you can hear that cracking in the distance as well. And the mines naturally mostly go down. As you're walking, the slope seems to get a little bit steeper and
mines tend
steeper.
Tend to do. Mine goes upwards.
We dug
Well,
that's not that absurd. I could see a mine going upward. Why would
I'm
why would
just
that be
saying,
so?
more often they go.
Well, we
Well, I
know
guess
that the
actually-
diamonds are within the 10 levels before the bedrock.
That's true. By the way, think about mine.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay.
So there aren't any mining carts, though there is a long railroad track leading into the mines, into the depths.
And I turned
And
to
every now and
Marin.
then,
And I turned to Marin. So Marin, what's the big idea? You're the one that dragged us here. So you said the mines are rife with evil that needs conquering. Well, here we are.
And as Eric says that, I said, yeah, and you never know what we're gonna run into. And as I say that, I jump up on the side of a big rock and I jump down, swinging my sword, and I say, and we'll have to stab. And then I swing around and slice, and then I do another jump forward and jab.
Energetic
Just kinda
little fucker
showing
you are
the-
tonight, aren't you, Marin? And I turn to Sara and I say, did you hop him up on some of those red mountain flowers outside? He's getting extra
Don't blame me
jolty.
for his action.
so you continue walking down the mine shaft, and eventually, even with the torch illuminating all around you, everything just feels darker, and you feel even more isolated.
Why do you suppose the miners never came back? Do you think it was just a war? Or do you think they left this place in a hurry? Maybe the spirit of Thomas Woodhouse lingers in the deep dark of the mines.
Did you hear that?
A
I heard
sound
bullshit.
reverberates, very softly through one of the paths. You've reached a fork in the road, and one path seems to lead relatively straight, while the other veers downwards, away. And you're not too sure which way the sound came from, but you're welcome to do a perception check.
All right. And our one MVP winner, Andrew Sokolovic, decided to spend his XP on an altered environment. Justin, if you'd like to read that, and you can enact that any way you want.
Okay, well, let's see. Okay,
And I will roll as well. Yeah. I got 12.
Perfect.
Am I rolling too?
Yep, you guys can all roll. You're assisting each other.
How does this work? I don't know how this rules when this work. Why wouldn't you just roll d12? Why 3?
Because it's different.
Well,
It's a different number.
It rolls up. It adds up to 18.
Right.
6. 18 would be like a perfect roll, and
Okay.
the average for 3d6 is.
Oh,
is
you
10.
never used Dragon Age. That's right.
No, this is what I'm saying.
Sorry. You roll 3 die, but the cool thing about it is the middle die is always the dragon die, and if you get doubles, you can stunt. But we'll explain that
Okay.
when we get to combat, because it's
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay.
So, you guys, it sounds like it's too hard to tell really where it came from, because of all the echoes.
And,
What did it sound like? Sorry, what kind of sound was it?
Just an echoing, just kind of a.
And I'll, knowing that it's not me, I'll play it off as jokes. Sorry, gents, I had a load of beans for supper. Seems like the farts are cutting high and echoing through the
I try to cut
mind.
him off. Shh.
You know, you're awfully serious for someone looking for getting a bit of adventure. No
And
one
I-
gets an adventure by being silent walking through a mine. You got to be absent-minded, and then it comes and jumps out of the darkness at you.
Eric, sometimes quiet is okay too.
And then
So,
I speak up. I say, it wasn't me either. I didn't throw anything that time.
So your voices again reverberate and echo, and again in the darkness you hear a.
That could be something
You
dripping.
feel a faint rumble.
Which way do you think it came from?
Do you feel that?
Are we going after it, or are we running away from it? Let's get our mind set first. What's the plan here? This is a disgruntled miner, and he wants to just eat little children's
No.
bones.
Do you remember a
should
few
go-
years ago there was that cave-in in the mines?
Yeah,
Well, yeah,
I was
Thomas
just thinking
Woodhouse.
about that, Sawyer. Eric, I know we came in here and we were looking for adventure and maybe beasts to kill, but what happens if we face something that we can't defeat, like a crumbling cavern?
That's what I'm saying to you. Why are you bringing it up to me? You're the one that wanted to go in the mines.
Yeah, so I'm thinking maybe we should turn back.
I'm
And
not
as
ready to go
soon
back
as you
yet.
say that, as soon as you say turn back, you hear another rumble, stronger than before.
Oh shit! Did you feel
But
that?
Sawyer, continue.
Jesus Christ. And I run deeper into the mine.
Where are you going, Eric?
You have the torch, and I follow after him.
Well, then
Me
you best
too.
follow.
What the hell are you going that way for?
So you continue running down, and everything feels fine for the next little bit. Which way did you run? Did you run down?
Downwards. Yeah,
Downwards?
Down
Okay.
and left.
So going
If
deeper
not.
into the mines.
Not much,
You-
like 50 feet until the rumbling feels less.
The walls begin to feel a lot smaller.
Oh,
And again, you feel another rumble as you run down and shouting and laughing towards one another, making
Jesus.
jokes. More
but
rumbling. But this time it sounds like it's coming from behind you.
oh,
This
jeez!
is even more like an anus.
You might have
Shimmering
you
wall.
might have decided to run the right way, Eric.
Well,
I'm
what
gonna
do you
do
think? that means?
a tracking check, Justin.
Okay.
12
All right.
plus an advantage. I don't know what that means.
That is, we're not going to do the
training.
exploration
Okay.
stunts
Yes.
right now. So you do notice something.
So I didn't mean to stunt. I'm actually trained in tracking.
Oh, so
Perfect,
it's
yeah.
+1 or whatever.
So looking on the ground. So yeah. So +1. What is your tracking?
Yeah.
Oh, it's
just-
+2.
Okay. Yeah.
So you've got 14. You do notice something on the ground. The ground here is muddy. It's like when the water levels rose, they brought a lot of guck and muck from below with them, and there's all this mud on the ground. And looking in, you see what looks to be a footprint, a bare human footprint.
Eric, hang on. Bring the torch over here.
Oh, and I bring the torch down.
Look at this. And I measure the foot. That's a pretty big person. Whoever's barefoot. Who would come into mind barefoot?
Maybe someone was lost.
And I look at the barefoot as well.
How big is the foot?
It looks slightly larger than your feet. Looks about the same size as a regular adult. Maybe a bit wider, though.
Is anyone from town gone missing?
I don't think so. But it looks like an adult. What the hell's going on here?
I can't quite tell, but can I do a check to see if it's fresh or whatever that would mean? Let's try 10, 12 plus, what would it be, perception?
Yeah.
So I just add 2, right? Because my perception's 2.
Actually, no, I think it would be tracking. Sorry.
What's tracking under?
It's under perception, so he's right.
Okay. But I forget now. The numbers here, do we just add them to our rolls?
You add those, and then if you have
a specialization, it's additional 2 per.
Exactly.
Okay, so then it's going to be 14.
So what you can tell from it, what were you trying to figure out again?
I just want to see if it was fresh. If this is like an ancient footprint or someone ran in the last week.
The crazy thing is it does look like it's fresh, because the mud generally starts to, cover itself over because it's so damp down here. It'll melt away or kind of go back to form. So it looks like it's fresh. Long story
short. Eric, I look up at Sawyer who's standing over.
Could be someone trying to dodge the draft, and
this one's fresh. Listen. This isn't old. This has been put here in the last.
What happens if there's like a hermit or some crazy person coming to town trying to avoid the war altogether, and he's camping out here? We gotta make sure.
No, we're out of here. And I stand up and start walking.
And I grab his shoulder.
What?
What you want to? Okay, we got Morley. I got my mother. I got to look after. You want to wait around, and if there's some person here who's taken up refuge in this mine, is going to come out and steal from us.
Morley, you got your mother to take after, and
he doesn't even have shoes.
Mind about someone who you don't even know who it is. It could be someone looking to hurt us.
He doesn't even have shoes, Eric.
So Eric, you're scared 1 minute, but you want to go adventuring the next minute. Make up your mind.
Hold on. I did not say I'm scared. To me, it's a lost cause. If a man's walking through a mine with his shoes off, he's either got a screw loose, or he's looking to do something.
Maybe he needs help. Maybe he's just sick and wandered in here. Let's just find out. I'm not going to go to bed and sleep well.
And I hand him the torch. I can feel my way back, and I start walking back.
Eric, I need you.
We all need something, love.
Oh, so Eric, you leave your 2 friends behind. What are you thinking there,
Marin? I say, well, if one's going back, then we can't certainly 2 of us stay. So let's all go back or all stay.
Okay?
Look, I got to get back to Morley tonight. We can't be down in the mines all night.
So you hear, Eric, you hear Marin trying to reason with Sawyer as you make your way through the darkness, back up the slope the way you came. And eventually...
And I'm feeling the wall. I'm sort of just doing it like this.
You're feeling the wall, and you feel stones, little pebbles crumbling. And you're back up to a point where you've made it down a lot farther than you remember, than you really realize. And you also notice that your feet, as you're walking, are starting to crunch in pebbles that have fallen that weren't there before.
Walking by himself in the dark. I'm not going to leave him to do that. So I start following after him. Say, Eric, you can't walk back in the dark. You get lost.
Light of my life. He decided to come with. Got some sense knocked into you, I see. Oh, and as the light approaches, I kind of see it.
I don't want you to walk into another doorknob. And I see, as it illuminates the room.
Yes, once you reach up around the bend with the light, you see that one of those rumbles that you felt as you were making your way down the path was, in fact, a cave-in. all the noise that you've been making. It's the first time that anybody's been in the mines. They have precautions to make sure that this doesn't happen, but they haven't been done because the miners aren't back.
Shit.
Oh, well, ain't that a bucket of fuck?
I try to start. Hold this. I try to
Oh,
figure a way out. If I can start moving the rocks to climb out.
Every rock that you pull creates another tremor
Oh,
that makes more rocks
Be careful.
fall in.
Okay. We gotta get out of here.
Are you claustrophobic now?
No,
Why
I
didn't you go look for your shoelessman?
Yeah. I can't be too long. My mom will need me.
Listen, I understand. I'm sorry I left you back there. Truth be told, something feels odd about this, and now that we're caved in here, I'm not feeling all that comfortable.
Neither am I.
It's
Good
probably
news is,
it's probably
Look,
nothing. It's probably
right.
somebody just taking refuge in the cave. He probably needs help now too.
yeah, I'm with
Maybe
you
it's
there.
just a miner who lost his shoes.
Yeah, let's keep telling crazy stories about what it could be.
Okay.
It won't be a man
Come on.
human-eating,
I start walking with the
flesh-eating
torch
monster.
the way that the footprints were.
All right, bucket of fuck. And I keep
So
going.
it would have been perfect timing for some creepy noise to come out of the darkness as you were having that conversation. But almost even more eerily, everything is completely silent. More silent than you've ever really heard. Deafeningly silent, with being surrounded by walls that are so close to you. You feel very, very enclosed and possibly a little claustrophobic
Um,
as you make
I
your way
think-
down the path.
I think Eric's just going to relieve himself in the corner. Is that right, Eric?
Yes, it is.
Oh, okay. So what do you think?
So the
Sawyer?
I think there's other ways out of the mine. I'm sure.
There's got to be. There's got to be. There's no way these miners would have had one way in and one way out.
Listen,
I
if you
think-
got time tomorrow when we get out of here, I could really use a hand at the mill. I got a whole bunch of wheat that needs milling, and if you can help me do some deliveries, I'm getting a little behind. I'll make it worth your time.
Well, I mean, Sawyer, I was planning to do a little bit of hunting tomorrow because we haven't got any food. But look, I'll tell you what, Morley, he's 5, but he's capable and he can move. So I will, I'll hire him out to you for the day, and I'll come when I'm done hunting.
As long as he's more good than work for me. I mean, do you think he's
a
going to help
good
me out?
kid. He's a good kid. He means well. He's not silly. He doesn't play around. He works hard. He does a lot at home. In fact, tonight he made dinner and while I was out fixing the door. So
That reminds
I will
me.
certainly do what I can. But I know you're having trouble with your mom, and so I'll help you out any way I can.
What are they mining here, Justin?
You know.
They mine mostly iron. A lot of the iron that is made here is either made into steel at some point.
Eric
But
would
it's
probably know
mostly just
something about the type of metal that comes out of here, the ore.
He might.
Eric, we
Yeah,
just
you can find out.
what kind of metal comes out of these mines, anyways?
Oh, yeah. Well, there's a little bit of iron, mainly coal. And Dad says that deep down in the mines there's supposed to be gold, but he says it was mined out years ago. Other than that, I've also heard, pray tell, but don't say nothing. This is just for us. But I heard that Tom Woodhouse also lives in the mine, deep down, embedded in the stone wall.
Hey, Eric, if you're going to make
Fears
fun of me, at
stricken
least get the
across
name
her
right. It was
face.
Woodhorn. Thomas Woodhorn.
Oh,
Come on.
Woodhorn! Oh, completely, totally
Different guy. Okay. I keep
Wasn't
moving
even
ahead
his
with the
cousin,
torch.
wasn't it?
I'm
It was
just
a
a joke. My
Sawyer,
point is,
how is Sawyer feeling right now as he takes the lead into the darkness?
What was once a fun night out with the guys, because he doesn't get out very much from his chores, is turning a little stressful for him because he realized he thought he'd be back, within an hour. And we're almost coming on the hour, and he's not sure how he's going to get out of the mine and back to his mom. And you can see the weariness is starting to cross his face. Let's push on. I want to get out of here.
From the outside of the Great Rock, is there any exits that we know of that we see on our day-to-day life looking up to the Great Rock cliff?
Do a knowledge roll. So that would be cunning nature.
Okay, so just so you guys know, while
That's what I got.
looking around, I was re-rolling my stats.
Well, I was taking a wee.
So I just don't have a few things, but either way, I do have a cunning of 9, and I've rolled a 6, 8.
Okay. So, pardon me. Yeah, so you do not know. You honestly don't know. There is a river far down the way that might have some sort of connection, but it's miles down the Great Rock.
But no waterfalls that come out of the side of the rock.
Nothing near town.
Okay.
Nothing near town.
My worry is starting to make me move a little
Push forward?
quicker. Yeah.
Okay.
Sire, slow down. Look. And I kind of walk up beside Sire and I say, I understand you want to get back to Mom. And Eric's being serious for a second.
I probably should have come out at all.
No, listen, calm down. It's all right. I know that there's another exit here, and sure enough, a shoeless man wouldn't walk into a mine with no exit. I'm almost positive we're going to get away out of here. Mom's going to be fine. But, you know, you also need to take a break every once in a while. That's what tonight is. It's a little bit of fun. That's why I'm trying to keep it jovial. For fuck's sake, how often do the 3 youngins of the town have so much stress put on them? I mean, Marin is one of, 15 million children, and you got your mom to take care of, and my dad, fucking hell.
And while Eric's telling this, I have my hand on Sawyer's shoulder, and I say, and I kind of agree with Eric with everything he's saying. But then when he says the 3 of us out, I jump in front and I say, "It's us. We're the Corvus Triad," and I start using my sword into the darkness again.
Fucking hell,
we'll kill whatever comes at us, dragons and all.
Damn straight. This wouldn't be the first time I killed a dragon.
I pull my sword out, and you're like, "What's a barefooted man, anyways, against the 3 of us?" And I push.
That's right. We cut off his feet. Do you know how difficult it'd be to walk around with no feet? You'd have to crawl.
And like walking around without any brains, right?
That's what I'm saying,
right, Eric?
Or Marin. Hey, fuck you! I made the joke for Marin. I'm the one with the brains.
And then I suggest, but maybe we saw the foot, and we don't really want to go down because I doubt there's an exit going down. Maybe we should just go up. And as I point kind of to back up to where we came into the other.
Well, are we still following the
channel.
feet? And I look down and take a look at the tracks.
Now remember, the way back up
14.
is blocked.
16.
Oh, even up to the
The
split.
main split. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Well,
Never
anyway, we're still. I look down for the tracks anyway with a 16.
Never mind. I
So
didn't
what-
say that then.
What you
because
can
I
tell
wouldn't.
about the tracks is that they look like they were going down away from.
But are we still following them?
There's only one real direction to go.
No, but are the tracks still below me? Is what I'm asking.
It looks like the mud kind of tapers off, and it
So I
gets
can't
into
see the
forest
tracks anymore.
So no, you can't see the tracks anymore.
To
Now-
see the tracks blow me. Say, sire, blow me. You see the tracks? Blow me.
What does that even mean, Eric?
I'll show you. Give us that pretty girl mouth.
Hey, that's not very nice.
So
You
you
know
guys
what,
continue.
guys, listen, we're in the prime of our life. We're 15 years old. This is
17.
the way it's got to be.
I'm 17.
You're 17.
I'm
older
17.
than you.
I'm
Oh.
the oldest.
Then I'm
You're the
17.
youngest.
My
You're
apologies.
15. We know now.
I was the same age as everybody else. No, I never actually asked. See, in this time, we don't really measure each other by ages. We just kind of.
So you guys continue on as you talk about your age,
Good interjection.
and this path goes down mostly, and then it curves off to the right, and goes straight for quite a while.
continue
And
on.
As we
you
move
continue
down,
on.
I just want to keep an eye out for. There's obviously the main tunnel that we're going down, but I want to keep my eyes peeled for breaks in the wall that might curve off into other directions, namely those that might go up and out.
Perfect. Okay. So you go ahead and roll a perception check. Who's leading, by the way?
I would be.
That would
I
be
kind of,
Sawyer?
I have the torch.
I kind
so
of
it makes
picture
sense.
we're like walking like
Side by
Like,
side.
one person's walking, one person catches up, talks the other, steps back, and all three of us are just switching.
Yeah.
Not
That's-
just single file, one
Yeah,
person in
exactly.
front.
No.
Like real life.
So how
Yeah.
again? I'm still kind of learning the system, but I've rolled a 9, and my perception is a 10. So how does that link up? Is it
if
like-
your perception is 10, what is that
Sorry.
for you?
When I have a 10, it gives you a +1.
Okay, so 10 is +1.
Okay, so I can just say
12
that
is
from now on.
+2. Right, Chris? Or
13 is +2. I think 12 is +2 also.
I've got them all written down here. Actually, a 12 is +2, a 13 is +2, 14 is 2, and then 15 is.
so the actual 12 doesn't matter. That only matters for character creation. The number that matters is the +2 or the +1.
Right. So, and that being said, so I've got a +1 to perception, and I've rolled an
Okay.
8. A 9.
So as you're moving, everything starts to feel much more damp, humid, almost warm, and you don't see any cracks in the walls. But as you are tracing your hands across the walls, trying to feel for cracks, you do start to feel a sticky substance.
I had another thought just now. What if the man wasn't necessarily coming in here with no shoes, but maybe stepped in some shit? And he came outside and he took off his boot. And as I'm talking this, I'm seeing Marin touch the wall, and he sort of stops. And he took off his boot, and then he put his foot back down for a second, because I haven't seen any more tracks. What are you doing? Why are you feeling the wall?
I got this sticky shit on the wall. What the hell? Hold the torch up, and I grab his hand with the torch, and I hold it up to the wall. What is there?
Putting it up against the wall, you see that there's this very, very faint blue webbing all on your finger. And it's even kind of difficult to pull your hand off, though you do manage to.
Oh. Is it on
And
the
it looks
floor?
like it gets thicker and thicker. Now, luckily, it actually isn't on the floor. But this is very much like, Shelob's lair. It's getting, thicker and denser. And
Well, that's going to make us want to keep going forward.
Well, fuck. And do we know what this is, knowing of the horrors of the
you've seen spider webs before, but this is much.
Can I do a
would I
natural
know it's
lore?
would I know, oh, this is one of these blue webbed steelbacks or something?
You can do a lore check.
I have 14 for natural lore.
Okay,
Let's do
14 for
Harlan.
natural lore. You would know exactly what it is. It's got a
So
very
little.
creative name.
Blue webbing.
In the book, I'm going to let you name it actually, but in the book, it is just a giant spider.
Oh, then let's give it a cool name.
But what would you guys name it? I'll let you name it, Harlan.
What, a giant spider?
Yeah.
With the blue webbing.
Corlith.
Oh, Jesus. You know what this is? This is a Larium drag. They're giant 8-legged creatures known as spiders. Listen, why are we going towards this? We need to turn around, guys. These things aren't fucking around with. There's
I've
a
heard
bucket of
of
fuck at the
Larium.
bottom of this rage.
Eric, where would we
Larium
go? We got to push on.
No, hold on. Listen, this is not an all or nothing deal. Listen, back there, it might be a cave-in, but sure enough, look, my dad, fucked as he is going to wake up eventually and wonder where I am. So are the other two. They're going to come looking at the mine.
Well, so to expect, Eric, you want to go back through the.
I'm not saying that's what I want to do. I'm saying right now it looks like, and I'll just spell this out for anyone not putting two and two together. We're walking in to most likely a very loud, very aggressive creature with nothing more than a few simple. I mean, this dagger is barely 5 inches
Marin?
long.
Do a
But
perception check, Marin.
perception check. 11, 12 plus 1, 13.
13. Okay, so as Eric is talking and gesticulating and making his point, you see a shadow dip down behind him slowly, just for a second, and silently.
Just saying, it's not the only way to go, because realistically, going down here means almost certain death. Go back the other way, maybe not.
I
I
will
was
say,
like close enough that I was going to land on him.
No, it's far enough back.
It's the shadow. And I start walking back the way we came.
I'm gonna pull. I'm actually gonna put my sword and shield down because that's more just for play, and I pull out my bow.
Okay. So Eric, you turn around and you start walking back up the path towards the shadow that Eric saw.
Towards the shadow. Oh, it's behind us.
Yes, it's behind you.
Oh,
Yeah.
Do I see it now that I'm walking?
Yes, you do. And I want you to do a reflex. I want you to try to jump out of the way. Dexterity.
Jesus. Okay. Oh, fuck.
Okay.
I was rolling great. So, yeah, no, 6, 7.
And let me open my dice stream.
We're not going to
Okay.
have to stream next week. We need to figure out another solution.
Oh, shit. Yeah. We're just going to have to roll in real life, maybe.
I know. Fucking real life.
Lame. Google, come on. When have you ever done anything good, Google?
What a jerk.
All right.
So I don't have
So
enough money to support it anymore.
just barely you notice, well, you notice something just lunge towards you, just this dark shadow. And
Jeez.
immediately you're knocked back as this mass hits your chest
Fucking
and
hell.
sends you reeling backwards into your friends. Now your friends are able to catch you, but immediately you can feel this thing starting to pierce at you. Who's got the torch?
I think Marion had it last.
Well, yes, I guess I did. Yeah.
Marin,
So,
I want you to roll to see whether or not you're able to hold on to the torch.
so what am I rolling? 3d6?
Willpower.
3d6.
Willpower? We've got +1, so 6, 7.
Okay, so you are so frightened and shocked that you actually fumble the torch onto the ground,
yeah.
and it lands perfectly in a puddle, dousing it.
Shit! I'm sorry!
And everything is bathed in darkness. Now everybody roll for initiative.
Oh my god.
12 plus, what is it? Perception?
Dexterity.
Dexterity?
10, 13.
13.
Yeah, dexterity.
So I got a 14.
We got 15.
Oh,
All right.
really?
So first is going to be the spider.
Oh, Jesus.
Great.
I'm sorry, guys.
So what did you guys get?
Drop that.
I got 13.
I got
No,
15.
I got a 13.
You can both get a 13.
Carl,
I got
think you
13 too, baby kicks.
You sure?
Yeah, there's this thing called random chance, and it's called that two numbers can be similar for two different people.
Oh,
What
I
do you
got
think you
14.
got,
That's
Chris?
why. Because I added my dexterity.
I got 15.
Okay, 15,
15.
14.
We got 13, 14, 15 for
Okay.
me, Alex, and Chris, respectively.
I'm sorry, Harlan. I
You
thought
know
you
what's
said
funny? When I got up, there was a spider right here, and I went to go kill it, and it fell.
We saw a spider last night, and like usually.
Oh, my story was done. That's fine.
I thought it was done. It fell.
I
That
was
the end
going
of
to
it.
say, and then I squished it into the carpet. Now you can go and interrupt.
Oh,
Chris.
I'm sorry. That was much better now that we have that detail.
Well, at least we have closure. God.
Well, usually I do the same thing. I kill a spider if I see it, but last night I was too tired. I was like, nah, it's fine. It's on the wall. And Zara texted me today at work, all capital levels, I found the spider again. It was good.
Why didn't you fucking kill it?
Yeah,
I
this is
watched
on
a spider
you.
today. When I was doing my paperwork at work, there's a window right next to me, and there was a spider making a web, a big, like, quarter-sized spider
that's
making a
cool.
web the entire time and doing the rounds. So
You had,
It's
you had a
crazy.
partly inspiration.
Tamarack moment. Tamarack moment. Where you like,
Oh, it's beautiful. Tamarack moment?
Turmeric?
yeah, Tamarack.
Turmeric?
What was my character's
Turmeric?
name? Pan?
Oh,
Tamarack. Oh, Tam.
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 Yeah, Tam moment. Yeah, Tamarack. That was her full name.
yeah, Tamaric.
Yeah.
The
So
window.
perfect. So perfect.
Tamaric
shape.
Moonstar.
Moonchild.
Moonchild, something like that.
So yeah, you feel this spider trying to bite at you, Eric.
Okay,
Its mandibles hungry.
bring it on, bitch.
Do.
gonna
And first encounter. Let's see, what do we got? I can't count. 4 plus 3 is 7 plus 5 is 12. Okay. 18
Yeah, I'm dead.
to hit.
Oh. Well, that hits. Yeah,
so
that
it
hits.
And
Well, I'm
all
pretty
right,
close.
are you wearing your armor?
No,
He's a caster.
No?
I'm not a caster yet. But yeah, you don't
7
know.
points
I'm
of
a
damage.
caster. 7?
7.
Yeah, I'm fucked, guys. I'm gonna die in literally 2 rounds. I have 15 health left.
So you guys, you see this happening. The spider is biting into.
Do we see it? Isn't it like pitch black?
Oh, you can. It's pitch black. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it'd be totally pitch black. So I just feel them in.
Unless you guys.
Oh
later-
fucking!
How's everything
fucking
going?
Fuck! It's fucking biting me!
Eric, where are you? And I'm
I'm
struggling.
fucking in front of you, you twat!
Aren't you on the ground though?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm like following to find you, and I just start punching where I think there's a spider.
Well,
Okay.
I mean, he dropped it. You saw me fall, and then he dropped it. It's not like you kind of were. If you're looking right at me, and the lights
Right.
are out.
But still, trying
Yeah.
to hit a spider. Like I mean.
Oh
is
no,
this
for
like a-
sure. I'm just saying you're not like. "Ah."
So I'm trying to get the thing off of Eric, and punch at the same time
Okay.
because I don't want to stab Eric. That'd be too risky. So, is it dexterity? I got 10.
10. Okay. So it is not enough. You're feeling around in the darkness, but you're not able to land a hand on it.
Marion, get the torch. Wham! Trying to punch it.
Yeah, so I reach down and I pick up the torch. Is it my turn? Can I do
Okay.
it?
Yeah. So the torch is doused, but
Yeah.
there's still oil on it, so you could still light it. I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
It would light
So
it. Oil would burn.
I give it a good shake down to, try and kick off a lot of the water, and
Yeah.
I lean down next to it with it kind of stuck in between my arm and leg, and I cast my flint and steel against it, trying to light it.
Okay. So no problem. I'll say that this is your turn. You do manage to light it, but you get it up in time to realize that Eric is being pinned to the ground. But now you can see, at least.
Oh my
So
god!
I'm going to do a willpower roll for the spider. All right. So it doesn't seem phased by the fire at this point, and it continues to thrash at Eric. And it looks like it hits again.
How many times does it get to attack?
Once per round.
It's a new round. Oh, did
Wait.
you not go? It's your turn. Sorry. It's Eric's turn. Sorry.
Did these guys go?
They went,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, no. I'm fucking...
We didn't do much. We
I
literally
already,
now. That's actually really good.
Do we have weapons? Like, do we have everything I have in my sheet?
Yep. Everything you got there. Like, if it's like you work for your dad's a blacksmith, so you have access
Yeah.
to these weapons.
No, I have a short sword, and a quarterstaff. I'm going to use the short sword because I'm still the magic within Eric is still very much repressed. So I'm gonna role play it. It'll probably kill me, but fuck it. That's what we do here. We make shit up.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna spend XP or no, shit. I was gonna make a joke for Numenera, but I can't remember. Oh, I was gonna expend effort, but whatever.
Effort. Yeah, yeah.
Wow, fuck this. So 6, 7, 8. Although I guess I can stunt, can I?
If it hits, you're allowed
If
to
it
hit.
hits, which it wouldn't hit unless. Nope. That's like this.
Okay.
8.
So again, everything's happened so quickly. You can see the spider now, at least, but everything's moving so quick, and it's pushing you around. It's making it very hard for you to stab it. The spider swings at you again. Oh, how's your defense? What's your defense?
0.
0.
Oh, sorry. 11.
Yeah, that makes more sense. Okay,
I'm defenseless.
it hits again.
My armor 0.
Defenseless.
Oh fuck. You take 11.
Yeah, I have 4 health left.
We got you.
It's gonna be a really short game.
Yeah.
Short game.
Harlan gets 4 weeks off. Woo!
All right. Next, we're on to Chris Sawyer.
All right, so now with the light, I can see my sword that I put down. Obviously, I'm not going to use my bow at this close distance, so I'll grab the sword and try to chop at the spider to get it off.
Okay,
I'm going to aim. Can I do that?
you can aim.
I will aim. Okay, so 13 plus dexterity.
Okay, so that
So-
is going to be. How much is that?
Well, my
13?
dexterity is +2 if you use dexterity to hit with the short sword.
Yes. So
Plus
you
my
add your
aim.
dexterity, and then you also add your bonus for having
So 17.
17. All right, perfect. So you land, the strike hits the spider. And tell me, how did you get that sword? Where did it come from?
That sword is
Sorry.
sorry, it's actually a blade that I use often for tanning. I like to pretend it's a short sword. It's the length of a short sword. It is a pretty sharp blade. Obviously, I need to use it on daily practice, but it was my dad's that he used for tanning, and I took it with me in the meantime. He would be pretty upset with me if he knew that I was using it for this purposes.
Perfect. So it does the trick, and you can feel it slash through the dense skin of the spider. And the spider immediately leaps off of Eric and scuttles around trying to find its next move, trying to decide its
I
next
did
move.
7 points of damage, by the way.
7 points of damage. Perfect. All right. Alex.
Okay. So, sorry. Admittedly, I'm rolling up my character sheet while listening. So is the spider still attacking?
No, the spider. Well, it looks like it might either attack or might try to hide or run away.
Okay.
Better
perfect.
attack.
So I've got my short sword as well, which also was my dad's from his job as a guard for the nobility.
Yeah.
And so I pull my short sword out of its sheath.
Okay.
And swing at the spider's face. While I assume Eric is kind of on the ground still.
Yes.
So I kind of step over top of Eric to try and put myself in between Eric and the spider, and I swing at the spider's face. Yeah.
Perfect.
Using 3d6. I've got a 9 plus what? Using dexterity or strength?
This would be plus strength.
Okay, so 9 plus 3 because I got a 15 in strength.
Okay.
So that's all 12.
12. Do you have training in short swords?
I have single weapon
Single
style.
weapon. So if you have single weapon style,
I haven't got to training yet.
okay, no problem. So
We'll say yes.
either way, it does hit, and your sword connects with the spider. And how much damage do you do for that?
1d6 plus 2.
Perfect.
So that will be 4.
4 points of damage. So again, the spider squeals as your sword connects. Both you and Sawyer did a bit of a 1-2 on it. And its hiss is piercing and it almost hurts your ears.
Ah, shit.
And now we're
Almost.
on to Eric.
Okay, so I'm gonna do a lot this round just to be a jerk. So you can let me know if this is okay, GM. This is more of a role-playing thing. Because I don't want them to know I'm a magic user. So what I'm gonna do is I tell him as I'm on the ground, I'm kind of like the fucking blades, they're doused in the blood, they're light on fire. Hold the torch under them. Here's the reason. I want to cast flaming weapons, right? But I don't want to just like go like that. So I just want like a real world reason to then do it. But here's the problem. I don't want it to count as a minor action because I also want to use my minor action. So is it possible that maybe the torch was just held there and it happened to like be near it? I just don't want them to be suspicious as well.
No, that's okay. I will say that it's not going to cost a minor action because I really like the idea.
No, that's a major action. The fire weapon is major. Oh, you mean doing it? Okay, perfect.
Yeah. So so you can say that. Go ahead and act it out. Let's let this happen. I give GM
perfect
permission.
So Eric, with the spider now back and he's lying on his back, he feels the fire sort of within him, this burning fear overcome, close to death, 4 health. He sees the crackling torch behind him and both of their blades drawn, and knowing that within him he can see the blades igniting in a burst of flame, he tells them, put your blades close to the flame. The blood of the spider, it's flammable. I know this. Natural lore. And sure enough, they both sort of look and they bring their blades close to it. And I'm going to cast flaming weapons and we'll see if that even works.
Yeah.
So I've never done magic before. I don't know how this works. So it is primal enchantment. It costs 6 magic points, which I'm assuming regardless of use, it will cost.
And I bring the flame in right in the middle of all of us, so we can put our flame our.
Well, it's just use it. And then the target number is 15, so I'm going to roll 3d6 plus my magic, which is 3.
Okay.
15. So it's pretty tough. It's very tough. I know. So
3d6. Oh, but it's flaming weapons, right?
Yeah.
So +3 is magic, but you've got primal magic as a focus, so then that's +2.
Well,
so
let's see what
3d6
happens.
plus 5.
For fuck's sake. 6, 7, 8. No, I didn't make it. Okay, whatever.
Target number for the
It
actual
was
spell?
15. Oh, well. So I will say that, and I'll say, they're not catching hold of them longer. And in the meantime, I'm going to try to cast Heal on myself. And because I have Shichiguri, Heal is a minor action. Now, just so you know as a GM, I took these spells. I didn't realize that Heal was a spell. So I'm canceling out the Fireball spell, and I'm taking Heal instead.
Sure.
I'm just doing that now because I didn't realize that Heal had to be its own thing.
Have you ever used this ability before?
What?
Have you ever used this heal ability before?
Yeah, I'm gonna say absent-mindedly before, and yeah, in a role-playing sense, I actually don't realize it. I just try to think of their weapons on fire, and it's not quite there yet. And as I'm doing that, I'm actually rubbing the wounds that the thing stuck into me, and we'll see if they close. So target number is 10. Mana cost is 1 to 3. Meaning I can choose to spend up to 3 mana points when you cast a spell. For each mana point, the target gets back 1d6 of health, and you can cast this on yourself. So let's first beat the target number of 10. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I beat that because it adds my magic. And I'm going to spend 3 magic points to roll 3d6 on myself, which is that's 12, 13.
And that is actually a spell stunt.
Oh, yeah, and I have those printed out too.
So if you want to look up a spell stunt that you want to use with that.
So I'm back at 17 health, and I will use, so I can do increase, what is that? It's a 6, isn't it?
Yep.
So I can, the effect of the spell is so much more dramatic than usual. Until the beginning of your next turn, anyone attempting to make a melee attack against you must take a successful willpower courage test. That might be really handy. Fast casting, you can immediately cast another spell. Should I try the flame again?
You could do that.
It's pretty tough, though. What do you guys think? Should I try the flaming sword again, or should I just make it not attack?
I like the idea of it, especially.
I like the idea too. Let's try it.
Flammable.
Well, here's the thing. I have 6 points, so I'm going to spend 1 to do fast casting. The second spell must have a major action. You roll doubles on this casting roll. Oh, so I get to roll double. Oh, sorry, no. If you roll doubles, you do not roll. Okay. And then on the other one, I'm going to do skillful casting, which reduces the mana cost of the spell by 1. So basically, I'm going to do the same spell, but instead of costing 6, it's going to cost 5.
This is going to be flaming.
And this is going to be flaming sword again. So
now, one thing, I'm really trying to make this game very role play heavy. So I am going to lower, and I'm going to do this. I'll try to do it fairly with all of you guys, but I'm going to lower this target number.
Okay.
So I'm trying to beat a 15. Because I really like the idea, I'm going to lower it. I'm going to make it a 13. You have to beat.
Okay. Let's see what happens.
Come
8,
on.
9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
Are you just making the last 2 numbers up? He said 13.
No.
So it was 13?
It's 8. It's 14. It's 14. So yeah, the number, then you're successful. So the first time the weapons don't ignite as you feel your wounds healing. But then all of a sudden, Sawyer and Marin, you're both shocked as your blades erupt in flame.
What the hell?
Fucking I told you! Keep the beast, and I'm just sort of absentmindedly rubbing this, and I look down, and it's healed. I'm like...
Is this bad for the sword? Is this bad for the sword?
No, it's not. So it's not. And I get worried, actually, as I realize I'm healing my wound, and I kind of cover it back up.
So the spider... is looks a little nervous as far as spiders can go. It's shifting, trying to scale up walls, and then coming back down, and then suddenly it jumps forward. 1 to 2, it'll go for Alex. 3 to 4, Chris. 5 to 6 for Eric again. All right, so it is jumping towards Marin, and Marin, let's see whether or not you are able to dodge.
What am I rolling?
So I'm actually rolling.
Oh.
So what is your defense?
My defense is a 21.
21.
Yeah.
Oh, it should be. It's 10
fucking
plus
under.
dexterity, which is 11.
It's probably
But
12.
What?
Probably 12.
Probably 12.
I don't understand.
But you don't have the full number. So you rolled an 11 when you did the
Right. So it gives me a plus
stat.
1. So you're saying I'm adding my plus 1?
So 10, yeah.
you're adding +2, I think, for 11. It's
No,
kind of
it's only
confusing that
+1.
it's this way. If you guys could change your character sheet so that it's just the dexterity's 2, whatever.
Mine was done right.
Here,
I
I'll
have
show
my
you.
points just beside it. I know
I'll
what,
show you my thing here.
what it is.
So a dexterity
Yeah.
11 is a plus 1.
Don't do it that way. Let's just do it this way. Just have the numbers like that. 3
Okay.
0
Yeah,
0
so
1
just-
3 2
I'll do
1.
that.
Yeah, you don't need the 11 or anything after
What are
the.
we, binary?
So then
it's-
whatever
you'll
your
never
dexterity
use those.
whatever the plus is for your dexterity, you will add that to 10 for your defense.
Okay, so then my defense would be 11.
Perfect. So you are
21.
hit by this spider again. You feel its legs punching your skin and bruising it. And you take
Okay.
6 points of damage.
So that means my health is 30 plus
We'll just write down 6 and you figure it out after. Keep the combat moving, Alex.
Yeah, we'll just put it at 40. So you take 6 points of damage for now.
Perfect.
I'm
40 is
gonna
very
get
high.
40 's
it.
high.
22.
Well, we'll switch it afterwards.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Just write down 6.
I got it. Don't worry.
All right. Next, we are on to
Me.
Sawyer.
Although I'm startled by my sword, I see that Eric's okay. I pick up my shield and I swing at the spider.
Perfect.
Pretty good. 11, 14. So 16.
It's a hit.
Now, do I get any advantages for having a flaming sword?
Yeah,
Yeah,
what
sorry.
was it?
You get
Oh, right.
1d6 additional damage.
Good, because 7 points of damage.
7 points. Okay, so the creature again screeches as the blade hits, and it falls off of Marin and spins around, now surrounded by you guys. So you guys will get a bonus when you're attacking it, Marin and Sawyer, and possibly Eric if you're swinging at it.
I'm allowed to attack too.
No.
So it's another 7 points of damage.
No.
Okay, so it's starting to limp a little bit. It doesn't look like it's going to take too much more to finish it off. As Marin, you feel ready to attack again.
Excellent. And I do. And this time, instead of swiping, I go stabbing straight forward because he's directly in front of me still, correct?
Yeah.
I would imagine so. And so I thrust my blade into its face, into its chest, its abdomen, and I get 8, all 11, and plus my strength, which would be a 3. So what's that? 14.
14. 14 hits.
Excellent.
And
then
describe it for me. How much damage do you do?
I do 6. Oh, 6 plus 2.
Roll another 1d6. Remember, your sword's on fire.
Yeah, fire on sword.
Oh, right. Oh, wow. So
Nice.
11 plus 2. So I
13
do
points of damage.
13 points of damage. And so I hit, I imagine. I'm able to ram my sword right into its stomach.
Acid
fire.
spilling out, or bile and ichor spilling out into the torchlight.
With both hands, I have it on, and then I twist the blade and pull up and out. All while on
And
fire.
Leathery skin of the spider is thick and difficult to get through at first, but eventually your sword breaks free and sends guts flying into the air as the spider collapses.
And
onto the ground.
there's bits and pieces of it that are flammable and catching on fire and kind of combusting in midair.
And once again, as things started so intensely, everything is now quickly silent again. All you
And
can
you just
hear
hear
is the panting. of
Us
each other.
panting, yeah. And
Jesus
I look
fucking
and see
Christ.
Eric's okay, and I see Marion's okay. And I
the
drop my
hell was
sword
that?
and shield and start cheering. Oh, we did it! And I hug the other guy.
You see
You see, the weapons went on fire.
Oh my God, you said that, and it lit on
What the
fire.
hell was with that?
Oh my goodness! I was worried it was going to
Amazing.
destroy the sword. Oh, and I look
I
at my sword.
told you
and I
guys this
quickly
would
put
be
it up.
good training.
Oh my goodness, that was awesome.
Jesus
Hello?
Christ.
Hello?
What?
Hello? Can
Did you
you?
hear that?
Who's there? Who is that down there in the mines?
Is that dead spot? Is that dead spider talking to us?
What's the barefoot
You
guy?
hear-
Listen.
Who are
You
you?
hear, you
Call
hear a
back.
voice coming from down further, deeper from where the spider's lair is.
Hey, is there people down there? I can hear you. Come towards my voice. I will get you out. There was a cave in.
Orleans.
And
Let's
Yeah.
stop there for the mid-game post.
that's what I was kind of getting at.
Yeah. Nice. Very good stuff. So mid-game post. Justin, what's the question for today?
And why
The
don't you guys go
question-
do your business, and we'll facilitate this.
Yeah,
Justin, and
I'll
I.
post it and then I'll go do my
Okay,
business.
All right. So the question for you guys for today it's a tough one. What is the name of the leader of the Navaran army, the old leader of Navarra who's slowing down and the reason why the Orlesians are attacking? What is his name? Lord
Shit.
blank.
All right. Hey, you guys go riff.
Riffing. Riffing is not my strong point. I've learned that.
Oh well, we can definitely make it work because
We can make it
this is exciting.
Oh, we got effect. Oh, Alec, what are we gonna do with those effects?
They're there. They're there. We just keep playing with effects. Oh no, you're muted now. Oh no, I can't hear you. Nobody can hear you. It's just me. Wayne. Hi. Look at me. I'm on TV. Hi everybody. Wayne's World. Wayne's World. Can't hear you, Justin. So how's everybody doing tonight? 4 Justins.
4 points.
Oh, 4 points. No, first word. Oh, 4 words. First word. I'm going to restart.
Yeah.
That's it.
It's thing dropped.
Okay. Yeah, his sound cut out when he tried to do some effect. Hopefully we're still live. What a cluster.
Wow.
So I hope everybody's enjoying themselves.
I'm enjoying myself.
The question,
That was
Chris.
quick. That was so quick.
Hey,
What is the question?
Oh, that was quick.
The question was, what was the name of the Navaran leader? The leader of
Oh, I know
Navarra,
that.
who's old. You know it?
It's a mythological one,
Is it?
kind of. Well,
Which
yeah.
myth?
If it's
It's,
the one I think
it's-
it is.
From the Dragon Age book. I'm sticking to Dragon Age for that. Anybody comment yet? I haven't seen yet.
There's been a few comments. I don't know what it is though, so I can't say. No, that's not it.
Yeah.
Could be right. That's not it. Wasn't that
No, I don't think so, Justin.
Let me
That's
see.
that's the old guy in the town.
Isn't that what we're talking about?
No, we're talking about the leader of the Navarre. Oh, maybe.
Oh, we got not Robert. Starts with a P. Yes. J. almost got it. We're gonna have to give it to Sam La Liberté for
Oh no way!
Pentagast.
Pentagast.
Lord
that's
Pentagast
a cool
is the
name.
name. Can we get some effects queued
Oh
up?
yeah, sorry.
Let's see if I can do it. Oh, it's loading.
Oh,
It's
we're
loading.
gonna get
Delay.
this.
I just clicked it. It's not
Big
working.
moment. A big moment. Don't do it. Here it is.
Congratulations, Sam La Liberté. You've won the mid-game post today. And how's everyone enjoying the game so far?
Good. I mean,
Oh.
I thought we were going to lose Eric already.
Loving it.
It was
Yeah,
close.
I'm really enjoying the characters' interactions,
Yeah.
and and I love how you always are able to set a descriptive scene, Justin.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I just spent a lot of I put a lot of words on a page.
Yes.
That takes work, so we appreciate that.
Yeah.
You're paid by the word. though.
One thing I really want to go for with the game that you guys are really picking up really quickly is just the flushing out your characters, just the details of your characters, you know?
Yeah. Well,
You guys have no
you
problem
gave us a
doing
lot of you gave us a lot of good direction.
You know what I was thinking? You know how for the fundraiser?
What?
I thought it'd be cool if we came up with like a raffle type prize that we could sell tickets for like $1 donation to the thing.
Well, that's a good idea.
Yeah, like we have some artifact from us. Like a
Yeah.
lock of each of our hair. Because that's what people want.
Tied
That
into
is-
a bracelet.
Ew.
With-
I was actually thinking
I
something
can-
cool, like those coasters we saw. I could like burn one of those things or
I
yeah.
could knit one. Knit a
crochet.
A
Don't you
sweater.
crochet?
no, I knit. I knit.
You actually knit.
There's
I
a
actually
difference. Okay, guys.
I'm-
there's a difference.
Can we see something you've knit?
I want to show you what I've been working on for
Oh,
Henry,
it's a secret. Right.
but it is a secret right now. I'm
Part of-
afraid that Harlan's watching right
By
now.
the time it's gonna be done by the time Henry's 18, it'll just slowly. It's like, oh, it doesn't fit. I'll add some more. Oh, it doesn't fit. I'll add some more.
No, it's halfway done.
You should knit him a
It's more
cape,
than-
a wool
Oh.
Invictus cape. That'd be pretty epic.
I thought you said a cake. I was like,
But I
oh.
do like the idea of having a prize for people to put, like every time you donate $1, you put
Yeah,
your
like
name into
in a raffle or
a
drawing.
hat.
Okay,
a raffle.
all right, I'll show you. Give me 2 seconds. Give me 2 seconds. I'll be back with a potential prize.
Oh,
Right.
nice. What do you think it's gonna be?
I'm just gonna knit it up right now, and then you guys will get to use it.
Is it? Oh, he's gonna actually grab. What do you think it's gonna be? It's something knit, I guess.
I
don't
just
know.
want to know if there's a relation. Oh, Cassandra was such an awesome, strong character in Dragon Age. I
Okay.
agree. Eric.
So the Invictus raffle. Let's just go with this idea. We'll
Okay.
figure out shipping and all that stuff. But
We're not even gonna talk
Not done
about it.
yet.
We're just gonna go ahead and do it. This is it. Wow,
Oh,
that's pretty
wow.
awesome. Is that
Now,
for
this is
Henry?
not
Or
a
is that just what you're working on?
this is just one thing that I started working on. This is like one of my very first knitting projects.
That's
There's a
awesome.
lot of shitty mistakes there.
Oh yeah, they add character.
Yeah.
we got blue, we got red, we got green, we got yellow.
Let me read all the colors we have.
Yeah, we got that's it. That's all you get.
Blue,
I could've
red,
gone
green.
purple.
I don't have an orange. It calls
There's
for
purple there too, isn't there?
Yeah,
Oh,
which
it's you.
they
The
are
Invictus colors?
Yeah, I don't know if you guys picked up on that, but
Oh
it's the
yeah.
Invictus colors, except for orange. I would love to get orange, but for David, right? But
Mhm.
Yeah.
it only called for 5 colors, so
And sometimes
I gotta stick to the pattern. You know,
Like
I don't
the
know how I
vowel.
put orange in this. Like,
Oh, and then what you could do is then we could make one of those iron-on patches
Yeah, I have
of
some
the
of those.
Invictus logo, and then
I've
put it
got
on the end.
There you
Did
go.
did you guys see the patch I
Quads and
tried to
ankles.
have like what's it called? The one I tried to
Salt.
make for Harlan didn't work out. Oh.
Crochet.
oh,
Yeah.
the hand
No.
cushion.
Yeah, that was tough. I like made a digital file for this thing, and
Yes.
none of them worked. They all got jammed. It's too thick.
Oh,
I did see that actually. Didn't you bring that
That's my tattoo, right? Oh, no, I'm just kidding. That'd be pretty.
doesn't
What
it?
would we-
How do you do that though? Embroidery, like, how would it keep jamming? Like,
It's because the file I made, the embroidery machine I was using was old and it was too thick. The
Okay, I'm
layers
back.
I put on.
oh, okay.
How long were you actually back for? You were just
I
listening?
was watching it all as I pooped though. Here's the thing. I got a comment. First off, very lovely scarf, Justin. Second off, all great ideas. I don't know. Well, hold on.
Hold on a second. So you went and pooped, and now you're coming to shit on our ideas.
This is important. I don't know, like legally,
How are we
verification
making it
wise,
work? Yeah.
if you can. No, I don't know if you can offer a product for a donation. I think that's because
Well, I
Holly
think
works.
if it's a raffle, you can do it.
I know, but here's the thing. Like well, yeah, you can. But
Yeah.
here's the thing. We already have $350 donated for people who did not, know of a raffle. I think if we did that, we kind of had to start at the beginning, or because then, or retroactively, or something like that.
That's not how they work. It's like 10 minutes left. If you donate now, I will take my pants
Yeah,
off.
but then it's like, okay, so all the people who donated so far, put it this way, we'll figure it all out. But
I know.
when it comes to past tense or whatever right now, these are all private conversations. Nobody worry about anything that's been said. We don't know. Because also Tim Tabor, who did those coasters, has also been talking to us about doing something up as well. So lots of stuff going on. Anyway,
That is it a laser thing he has? Like a laser?
yeah, he has one for
It's
like
pretty
work.
epic.
That's very cool, and exciting and very good. And yes, I saw Eric and I saw a bunch of people saying they would offer things to raffle and donate and stuff like that too, which is all great. But we'll have to have a long conversation about it because it gets.
It's official.
It-
We made it official.
Hold
Hold on,
damage
guys.
control.
Gotta poop.
Here's the easiest,
You gotta get back. You gotta get back.
Here's the easiest way to put it. This is the first year we're doing it. We're just going to try to keep it. We're going to do reward tiers at like $1,000. Justin will be like recording a story that you guys vote on or write or something like that. We will reward you from things that we can physically do or kind of act and play and things like that. In a physical reward sense, I think the best bet is to push it off till next year, and that way we can plan throughout the year about ideas and things like that. Does that seem fair? Only because we're
I just
a bit
wanted
into
to
it.
show people my scarf. I don't really care about a raffle.
I think it's a great idea. I'm just,
Can I
you know
still
me,
donate and get the scarf? Is that possible?
it just seems weird, right? Like if you donate
yeah,
and
yeah.
get something, it's like you're not really donating. You're sort of like really the idea of the donation is you're supposed to be supporting, I guess, the 24-hour stream and the children's miracle hospitals, obviously. But I guess that's sort of like what it's meant to be. So if you get additional rewards, like I was looking into it, it's sort of there's a weird gray area. If you like give $5 and you get something from it, it's not so much as something else. And if you're buying a raffle ticket, it's sort of a different. It's sort of a whole
I don't
new.
want you to get rid of any of your dice rolls from the evening. I just want them to slowly add up.
Yeah, get your fucking dice out of there, Alex.
But the way I see it, is that like there's like charity events that you go to and you're spending money at the charity event, but then you're also in the draw to win other prizes.
Yeah,
And
but
at the end of the day,
specifically.
It doesn't really
Yeah.
matter. Like,
Anyways, we were just vamping, Harlan. Let's get back
I
to
know
the
it.
game.
Well, I
Oh,
just don't
fine.
want people to get excited and
That's
start
my
messaging me.
idea.
So I heard the thing. No. I don't know. The truth is, I just don't know. It's because it's not our charity, right? It's Extra Life, and like the charity is Children's Miracle Network. The organization running the thing is Extra Life. If Invictus run a thing through Extra Life through the charity, then it's sort of like another thing, and I don't know, like Anyway, lots of conversations. The point is, first off, all great stuff from the community offering to donate, and second off, all great ideas. I think there's a lot of really cool stuff here that I'm interested in trying.
Yeah, lots of potential. We just don't wanna-
and we're back.
Lots of potential. All right, I'm sorry. I had the diarrheas. It was a messy day. So here we go. Back to Justin.
We killed the spider.
The voice echoes in the enclosed tunnel that you're in, and it doesn't sound like a familiar voice, and it does carry the thick accent of an Orlesian. Hello, hello.
Yeah, we're
Can
coming.
you
I know there's someone down there.
You're not here. Jesus Christ. There's one tunnel.
just barely hear you. Come towards my voice.
Is he coming from deeper within or near the entrance?
From deeper within. But it doesn't sound like it's too far. It sounds like the tunnel curves as far as you can picture where the sound is coming from. And it might go up on the other side.
I turn to the other gents and I say, my guess is it sounds like an Orlesian is trapped because he's probably barefoot and wants us to go down there. What do you guys think? Should we help him?
Doesn't it seem a bit odd that something fucked up's here? Like, first off, why is there a guy down there? And how did he pass this giant fucking spider? I mean,
Well,
it's
that's
not
what I'm
like
saying.
there's
Probably
any other
is.
way.
Probably is trapped by the spider in the net, you know?
And
In the
Eric
web.
sort of looks up for a second. Wait a minute, that spider came from where we came from, right?
Okay, I'll try to make it clear for you guys, because this
Came from above.
basically, you guys have gone down into a side tunnel off of the main channel, and this tunnel went down, it's curved around, and now you guys are going straight. You're not going down. And it sounds like if you were to keep going straight, it might curve back up and go back towards, maybe connect with the main channel. Just kind of, this is like, it dips down, but then there's a full circuit.
Okay.
Right? So one side might be closed, but the other side might be open if you follow it around.
We don't really have a choice, guys. This is the only way out.
Yeah.
I push on ahead with the torch.
Sounds good to me.
How many of you are there?
Just don't tell him our numbers.
Yeah.
Oh, what's your name? Where are you from? Are you from Helton?
Yes, I am one of the guards. My name is Valette.
What are you doing in here?
What are our feelings towards our legions? I assume a bit negative.
Yeah.
A bit negative. The Orlesians have always been, people in town have always been like, oh, fucking Orlesians. And these are all the adults. So you've pretty much carried on that view. However, the guards, as I mentioned at the beginning, they didn't strike you as anything special. They have their dark green Orlesian garb. But other than that, they don't really get in your way. They never really look into your business. They don't seem like horrible people. Now, maybe your character doesn't see that. Maybe your character does view them completely as horrible. But maybe for the more sensible ones, you'd recognize that they're just people doing their jobs.
My brother, Murdra, has gone off to join a rebellion against the Orlesians. And so I'm not necessarily friendly towards them, but I'm also very aware of how they're not bad, and they're not enforcers in our town. They're just kind of there, like you're saying, Justin. So I tend to err on the side of, if they haven't done me wrong, I'm not going to be a bastard towards them.
Have you shared this information about Murdra with the other two?
Let's say no, I haven't.
No. You're keeping it a secret. Okay.
Sorry, guys. I forgot about that.
That's fine. But I would still have a bit of disdain. I mean, not unheard of, but just sort of a cautious, like, yeah, these are sort of the guys that people don't trust. I mean, I'm a 15-year-old kid. I don't think I'm strong enough to be like, well, they could be normal, good people. So I'm just gonna listen. Who's a fucking guard, guys? Listen, I'm not saying we leave the guy to die, but let's just be cautious about this. For all we know, we could help him out, and the first thing he does is run to a superior and tell us how we fucked him over.
I don't think he's the barefoot guy. I think he's a guard. Yeah, we're coming out.
Okay.
We have weapons. We have weapons, just so you know.
All right. And as far as you can hear, it sounds like they give a little bit of a chuckle. There's humor in their voice.
Who?
By the way, who is in there?
Do we recognize the voice? Do I recognize the voice? I'm going to do perception. Because, I mean, if they're common people in the town, we must know some of them. So 10. Oh,
So
sorry, 12.
It's kind of difficult to hear.
I know the name.
voice
Valette.
from Valette.
Do I know Valette?
You don't know the name, but you
Okay.
do know the voice.
Oh.
And Valette is actually a female guard. Her voice is being distorted in the tunnel. And she's been in the town. Very attractive in a strong, lean way. And yeah, that's who it is.
We're coming.
I was gonna say, boy, he's just Valette. Never mind. Let's go.
Bunch of 15-year-old boys.
And I run back to the spider and I pull off one of its. Well, actually, first I want to search it.
Okay.
I don't think we did that.
So what are you looking for in the spider? Just go ahead and describe. What do you find in this spider?
It's gold curse.
200 gold.
Yeah. Okay.
And 1,000. No, but like maybe it's an ancient spider. Maybe it's got something like a dagger stuck in its belly that never healed, or maybe it's got like a fang that I could take.
I once opened up a creature and found something in its belly. So.
That's true. So that could be.
So I will say that going through the spider, you do actually find something. A small ring, just a basic band, and it's covered in guts, and it's black. But you figure that you might be able to polish it off and sell it for something.
Where'd Eric go? Where did
Sorry,
he go?
what was it?
A ring.
A ring.
Just a simple
Perfect.
band.
I put it on.
Where'd Eric
Alright.
go? He's
Oh, that kind of
disappeared.
ring.
Does Eric disappear? As Eric has gone back to find things off the spider, I've kind of I continue with my sword. It's out. I wipe it off. I
see he's got his sword out. I said, put your sword away. Sheath it.
I buff up my chest.
Sheath your sword. We're about to see soldiers. You don't want to...
It's okay. I'm strong. I'm showing her how strong I am. And
you're showing her that you're an idiot. I put my sword away and walk forward.
Shut up, sir.
So Eric returns with the ring, and you probably don't see it, but you guys move forward through the webs, and really, it's not that intense. It's not like Shelob's lair. It's just there are webs on the side of the wall, but you can make your way through no problem. And eventually, you get to the other side, and the track curves back upwards and to the right. And as you make your way up, you see some torchlight in the distance and a figure walking towards you. And of course, you see the figure of Valette.
It's okay, Valette. We're here. We're here to rescue you, I say.
Evening, early morning, or as it was, and I kind of stepped in front of Miriam.
And I kind of step back in front of Eric.
Jeez, fuck off. Valette, what are you doing down here?
What in the places are you doing down here? The three of you in the mines in the middle of the night?
We're taking a nightly jog. Just getting some air. What's wrong with that?
Just taking some air with swords and a shield.
Well, we never know what you can find down here.
And we're
killed a spider back there.
That's right. We're going through the tunnels to kill off beasts so that others don't come in and get harmed. What are you doing here, Valette?
Beasts. You say, I patrol this town. That is what I am doing here, but what beasts do you speak of? Rats? Spiders?
We killed a big ancient giant spider.
Shut up. There's just nothing to them. I never said beast. I just said we killed a nice spider back there. Check this out. And I pulled the big thing. So, he said, it was nothing. We killed it in a second, but, it's always nice going out and doing a bit of hunting.
So she is shaking her head, and then she actually looks, and she's noticeably taken aback. And she steps forward, and she takes it from your hand.
I didn't give it to you, love.
Let me see it.
Oh, you say, but don't touch. And I kind of hide it back here. And I kind of lean in a little bit and say, Valette, you single?
And I snatch the fang from his hand.
Give me a
dexterity.
dexterity.
Here you go, Valette.
Give me a dexterity roll. I'm keeping it. 12 plus 1. 13.
And I roll a dexterity roll to take it. So 12.
Damn it.
15.
Yeah, he gets it.
15 plus 1, 16.
Yeah,
all right, so he manages to snap it from your hands. And what do you say there, Marin?
And I hand it over to Valette and say, take a look at the fang of the spider that I killed.
Fuck off.
I sit down and I start polishing getting the blood off my sword.
So, if I am correct, the three of you have come into this cave in the middle of the night, and you have killed a formidable spider, or perhaps found the carcass of a spider and took off the mandible like big heroes, yes?
Do you not see the blood-covered stain? And I point at my claws, which is all covered in blood. Fucking taking a little bit of flesh wound there.
And I say the same thing. I said, "Look, I've been hit," and I strut around the little bit of area there.
Great there. Listen, I got daggered right through the fucking heart, and then I realized that I've healed it, and I kind of shielded back up. But no, none of that's important. Listen, we're ready to leave now.
Good, boys. I will escort you to the exit, but I must ask. There is a rebellion around, I do understand, yes? How am I to be sure that you are not involved? Meeting in the middle of the night? In a cave?
Ha! Give me a break. Listen, Valette. There's a lot of things that you can do. Meeting in the middle of the night, and trust me, 3 17-year-old boys from town who just want a little bit of action have no interest in joining our rebellion. And I'll do.
We've been doing this long before the Orlasian army came into town.
And I'll do communication.
Sorry,
12.
She glances over at you, but she doesn't really seem affected. She turns around, and you see on her back a long greatsword. Very well, let us leave. I'll take you back to your homes. What will your parents think when they see you come home?
Dad'll probably think nothing because he's fucking drunk. I think.
My dad's not home either. He's out fighting someone.
And I lie and I say, my parents won't mind either.
You both mention your fathers. What about your mother? You do not fear her?
My mom's dead.
My mom's sick, and that's why I need to get home.
And she
I
stops.
lie again. And I say, my parents are both sleeping.
She stops as you guys make your way. You guys have walked a little ways, and you've made it down the main channel of the mines, and you're getting close to the exit. But she stops, and she turns around and says, I'm sorry, but here I am. I'm new here. This is a new home for me, and I'm trying to get to know as many people as possible. So as long as you are not with a rebellion of some sort, I do not see why we cannot be friends.
That's something I agree with, Valette. And I take a step towards her and says, hi, if you want to know, there's plenty of ways we can get even closer. You know, the moon looks particularly bright tonight. And I think if you wanted to, we could take a walk down by the lake front. Maybe look at the moon together. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
How you roll?
13.
With a roll, he makes a pass.
You know, I do not know too many people in this town, but I met one man named Hugo Blackwater. You have his nose. You also have his breath. And she turns around and begins walking.
I turn to the other guy and say, does that mean I stink of booze? Haven't even drinking anything.
Come on, Eric. She's out of your league.
How old is she anyway?
She looks like she's about 21, 22, early 20s.
4 years means nothing. She's not out of my league. Look at me. Look at this. These nice duds. Got these other man that came in, couldn't pay for his blacksmithing.
Did you see the sword on her back? We nearly died. A bug nearly killed us.
So as she's walking
Speak for
away
yourself.
to lead us out, I pipe up again and I say, Valette, what are you doing down here? This isn't necessarily a place where you need to be guarding, you know.
Yeah. She turns around and says, I am a guard. I am on duty. I protect the people of this Helton village, for now, at least. And the mines are part of my jurisdiction. I heard some noises, some shouting, some rocks falling. I had no other choice than to do my duty and come and check it out. By the way, I did not get your names. Blackwater, I assume.
Eric, please, don't associate me with my father. He's no good drunk. You'll find out soon enough.
You've mentioned, yes. And how about you, the quiet one in the back?
Last name is Almeric.
And your first?
And Sawyer.
It's good to meet you, Sawyer. And how about the other loud one?
Well, why should I answer to your authority, Valette?
I'm simply asking your name.
My name's Marin.
Marin. It is a pleasure
Nice to meet
all of
you.
your acquaintances.
Why you take a fucking
And I-
stand there, Marin? What,
I put out my
up a
hand.
fight for all of 5 seconds?
And
And I put out my hand as a handshake.
and she squeezes it firmly.
And as
shakes the
she
rest of
takes
her-
it, I move it right to my mouth and I kiss her her wrist.
Jesus fuck, Marin.
We're gonna roll for that. These are the things you roll for. That spider, we could have done that entire thing role play, but you got to roll for this stuff.
Yeah. And I try to act suave and I,
So
kiss the back of her hand. So I roll
She's
a
still-
7. What am I going to use here? Communication?
no, that would be a dexterity. But either way, she rolled 4, a 6, and a 4. I don't know why my dice stream isn't showing up.
Yeah.
So she did actually succeed in pulling her hand away,
Oh.
and she stunted as well.
Oh.
So she's going to use
Some
Twin
kiss.
Strike, and as she pulls her hand back, she's going to slap you twice across the face. Not to a point that it hurts, but your face is definitely red afterwards. And she says, "Go slow," and turns around with a smirk and walks.
and I kind of stand there dumbfounded. And a little embarrassed. And I kind of do one of those things in the Japanese cartoons.
Oh, fucking hell. And as she walks out, I kind of turn to the other side. Marin, you're about as fucking smooth as human feces
You know what,
after a
Eric,
sweaty
shut
burrito
up.
dinner.
Shut up. All right, shut up.
I'm just saying, it's a season. Sorry, and I feel the same way. Sorry, why are you being so quiet? We killed a beast. You must be excited.
I am excited, but why are you guys trying to kiss the enemy? I mean,
Have you seen the ladies in this town? There's about maybe, what, 5? None of them are our
that's
age.
trying to kill my dad. Remember that.
What?
Third type that's trying to kill my dad.
Sorry, no one's trying to kill you, Dad. Listen,
Shh, keep it down.
you
Don't
gotta
let her
understand.
know.
Just relax, all right? Listen, the war has happened. Look, I want your dad to live as much as the next person, but Valette's doing her job just like your dad's doing his job. People, they fight these wars for these big, powerful kings and queens. They don't really care about the politics behind it. I don't even know what the Orlesians stand for. All I know is everyone in town hates them. I don't particularly like them, but pretty girls wearing their suit of armor, I'm going to play.
Well, until my dad comes home, she's the enemy.
All right, well.
Besides, I
can't
gotta get
see
home. Why are we
wars
wasting? We had enough playing tonight. I'm done playing. I gotta get home. And you can see that there's a certain amount of stress and weight that's now on Sawyer's shoulders. He's a different person than he was when he was in the tunnels.
Cool.
Every
All
step he gets closer to home, you can see he's kind of getting more and more. His shoulders are sinking low.
Anxious.
So eventually, you guys find your way to the edge of the mines. And
Wait,
it's amazing how much the soundscape opens up as soon as you step out. It feels like pillows have been lifted off of your ears because everything is just fresh. And you can hear the owls hooting occasionally and the sounds of woods at night. It must be 4 a.m. as the faint purple is starting to light the sky.
Valette would like this. Listen, I got to go
She's
fire up
with
the
us.
fire.
She's right here.
She's
No,
beside
she's
us?
gone. She's
Oh,
gone.
sweet.
Okay.
Valette would like this. I stand
That's
by
just
my
a tree.
state.
That was a shrub.
I got to go fire up the forge. People are going to be coming by in a few hours. And Dad's probably going to sleep through most of the morning. I say as I
Alright.
rub my black eye again.
I guess there's still that one tunnel we haven't explored. So same time next week.
Next week. Fuck. Let's go tomorrow night.
You guys usually get together, not usually in the mines, but you usually get together outside. You have one spot that you like to meet at and practice, a spot that's secluded, but it's nice, even ground, somewhere in the forest. Where would that be? Could you give me a description of that place, Alex?
Sure. So just beyond the edge of the cave, you go a little farther down and you follow the great rock wall along, and you get to what's called Copland's Fields. And Copland's Fields opens up, and it's skirted by a group of trees, which act as a perfect blanket to cover against anybody viewing that might see from town. And up once you get through Copland's Fields lies Lake Harold, and Hare Landing, and that's where we go for our swims in the heat of the summer.
Okay.
And I like to test the guy's strengths, so I come up with these courses. I say there are obstacle courses, and they're really just there's logs set every so often that you have to hit once, jump over, and then there's one that you have to climb under, and then you have to jump in the water and swim the length of the lake, and then jump out the other side, and so on and so forth. And we kind of do this every other night or so.
Perfect.
In the moonlight.
After you guys have finished all of your responsibilities.
Right.
Perfect. All right. So that's usually where you'd like to go, and that's usually where you do go. What are you thinking as you wrap up for the evening? Where are you guys going to meet next?
I'd be down if you have one of your courses ready, Marin. I feel like I could best sire tomorrow night a little bit of obstacle. What you say, sire?
I think that you're still adrenaline's pumping from the spider and the pretty girl. I'll put you on your ass like I always do.
Always.
See you guys tomorrow night.
I've won the last 16 times. I think once you might want to win.
Do you
versus
count as well as you walk through
16.
doors? It seems that way.
And I pull up my fingers and I start to remember. And as I'm counting, I'm saying, "Yeah, Sawyer, Eric, Sawyer." That's right, Eric. He's got you bested. I think it's about time you best him. If we meet at tomorrow night, just after midnight, that would be when the moon is just over the edge of the Great Rock there. It should be tomorrow night because tonight it's a little bit further back. Yeah, just when it reaches the top of the rock there, we'll meet in Copland's Fields.
Don't forget to send your brother.
I won't. And I take a deep breath of the fresh night air. And I, with a hop, skip, and a jump, I holler, "Good night, Valette!" And I run off to my own house.
Okay.
She's long since gone. Sire, I'll walk with you home.
Yeah. You don't have to do that, Eric. It's no big deal.
Well, I live the same way if it's all the same to you.
How are things?
Things are good. Look, you don't need to put the weight of the world on your shoulders. I know it's tough now with your mom, but look, if you need help, believe me, I could use some parental guidance of any sorts. I would happily help with your mom.
Well, it's not just my mom. It's everything else that my dad did when he was here. It's kind of fallen on my shoulders, and I barely keep my head above the water. Yeah, if you got time, I could use your hand tomorrow.
I do. Yeah, just let me know. Same with Marin. We're here. We're friends. What's the point of having friends if they're not going to be there when you need them most, right? Other than busting your chops, of course. And you might have bested me the last many times, all right. But we both know who's better at kissing the ladies. And I brush past as we get to the house and say, "You have a good night, sire. I'll see you tomorrow."
See you, Eric. Thanks again.
So as Eric walks off into the rest of Helton and into the night, you turn towards your house, Sawyer. And what is it like for you? What do you feel as you come home?
As I'm walking down the pathway that's been worn away by traffic, first thing that I hear is the trickle of the mill, as my house resides on the shore of a river, and the old wood that's spinning soothingly creaks. But again, it brings back the knowledge that I'll have to replace the runner stone soon. That only one time in my past did I ever have to do that, and it was with my father, and that was a job in itself, and doing it alone is just daunting. Earlier that day, I had returned a big bag of flour to the Woodhorns, and I'm exhausted, from our night's adventure and all the work from the day. And I pass by the cool stream reluctantly, and I get up to my door. It's an arched door, and I pull on it, but it sticks, and I struggle to open it. It's just one more reminder of a thing that I'm failing to get done. I lay my bow by the door. I don't unstring it. After all the draw is made for my father, and I struggle with the weight of the pull, I doubt I could restring it even if I wanted to. I go over to the fire. It's warm, and I swing the hanging iron pot and place aromatic herbs into the steaming water, tend the fire to infuse the humid room with their scent. And I speak into the darkness. Mom, Celeste said this would help. I say this without expecting a response. In the dim-lit space, I sit in my father's chair and wait to see if my mother's haggard breathing eases. I feed her broth before I get ready for bed, and I go and get some water from the stream, cool, so that I can wipe her brow. And I feel really weary, and I feel sleep coming quickly.
Yeah. Does she wake up?
She stirs in her sleep, sweat on her brow as I wipe, and she actually speaks my father's name, and I say, no, it's Sawyer.
What is your father's name?
Sorry, Caden.
Caden. So she speaks it, and when you say that it isn't him, it almost feels like a bit of a slap in the face that she just falls back asleep. Not so harsh as a slap, but you know what I mean. And you're left alone with her weak breathing.
I try to eat some of the broth that I've made. It's pretty weak after all. It's been probably the second night in a row that I've boiled the carcass of the pheasant that I caught. Not much left. It's mostly water at this point.
So you'll need to go hunting tomorrow?
I'll try to go hunting, and hopefully if I get the mill back working, I can grind some flour for some of the other townsfolk and make a little bit of money.
Right. So tomorrow you're hoping that Morley and now Eric as well are going to come over?
Yeah, and maybe together we'll be able to replace the stone that sits on top of the millstone, and we'll get it working again. And if we have time, we'll go hunting for sure.
Perfect.
Maybe you can catch up with Marin.
Okay. So as you think of all of the things that you've got to get done the next day, one last thing runs through your mind before bed, before you fall asleep. What is it?
I think about how far away I am from being the hero that I want to be. You know, a hero is someone who throws caution to the wind and goes on grand adventures, and he's not tied down to any one place, and he's free. And I think about how that seems like such a far away place.
Eric, you make your way through the streets of Helton towards your house. Describe the journey for us.
Streets are quiet. The dirt roads feel soft under my feet, so stricken with mud, now drying from the tunnels. And as I round the corner towards my house, I see the forge attached to the side of the house. It sits large, a canopy streaking above it, letting me work in the hot summer days. Now, typically, Dad, he'd be the one working the forge in the early days, but past 2 years maybe, he'd be drunk most of the morning. Wake up at night only to slap me around a little bit, treat women with disrespect, and throw away any coin we had. So the forge is mine now, really. Wasn't particularly good of it. Made us lose a fair amount of money. But it still brought back a bit of funness as I turn the corner and see it. At the front door to the house, I pause, my hand on the knob, knowing, hoping that he hasn't stirred yet. And I open the door to see him passed out in front of the fireplace. Bottle broken on the floor beside him, snoring loudly. I nod, head back outside to the forge, and as I light it, watching the sparks burn brightly at the base of the forge, heating up to almost inhuman levels. The fire glowing before me reflects inside me. and I can only think of my father. As something behind my eyes stirs, a brightness within me, a flame, and I think back on the tunnels tonight, and how the flames licked the blades when I wanted them to. And I stare absent-mindedly as I set the forge aflame and start the day's work.
Marin, you begin to, you left first, and you walk back quickly to your house, an old miner's hut. And can you describe the journey for us?
I go through town because my hut is on the road into Helton. It's about it's just a muddy path that's surrounded by pretty blue flowers on either side. Leads about 100 feet back to a small stone house with a hay thatched roof. And I see, as I walk through the moonlight, the moon's bright tonight. There's my chimney is seeping a wispy smoke, and I peek in through the window and I see Morley lying in bed, and I push open the heavy door, the timber door that I recall building with Morley just this past summer. From the
broken in before?
It was the hut was totally ramshackled. It was missing a roof. It was missing a door. It was just the stone, and the door is filled with mud and rocks, just as the whole house is. Every summer it dries. Every winter it freezes. Every spring it washes out, and so you can start to feel we have to patch it up still before it gets into the summer months. But it's home, and as I enter, the wood stove is going, but it's slow. So I pick up a piece of wood and I put it in and stoke the fire a bit and get it warm, because it always hits that cool spot before dawn. And I look over and I see Morley, little tiny body in our big straw bed. That was the miner's bed that we all share now.
And he's completely passed out, his mouth open, one arm up, one arm down like that, one leg hanging off the bed, his blanket barely on him.
Yeah, and I put his leg up into the bed and I toss his blanket back on top of him. And he kind of stirs a little and his eyes open, and I say, Morley, you're going to the Almeric's mill tomorrow and you're going to work there all day, okay? And then he kind of and turns over and goes back to sleep. Meanwhile, I get undressed and put my stuff back in the cupboard and add another piece of wood to the fire and climb into bed.
As soon as you climb into bed, you hear a light rapping on the window.
Harley.
And the door.
I look up and
you look up and you see the face of Murdra, and he gestures for you to come to the door, and he looks around quickly.
And I gasp, Murdra! And I get up and I open the door quickly. I say, come in.
He says,
Morley's sleeping.
No time. Shh. I saw the guard. She came out of the cave, and then you followed after. What's the deal?
Well, she's a local guard, and she's beautiful.
Beautiful? She's Orlesian. She's scum. Anyways,
why?
I was in town for a reason. And he reaches into his pack and he pulls out a small piece of meat. It's rabbit for you and Morley.
Okay. I'm going hunting tomorrow.
The rebellion.
Thanks.
Hey, no problem. The rebellion's growing. Seriously. I think we actually have a chance. I think there's 4, maybe 5 guards, and we've got more than double that. So I think we'll be able to do this. It's exciting, right?
Oh my God, it's very exciting. But what does that mean? What does that mean for the Elysian guards here? Will they be set free or pushed out or what?
I think I made myself clear there. There's 10 of us. There's only 5 of them. I think it'd be pretty easy for us to, right? So here's what I need you to do. Any information you can get about the guards, weak spots, anything that might tell us where they're hiding all of their stashes. I don't know, but if you find any information about them, I want you to just keep it in mind, and I'll come to you. Okay?
Okay.
All
And
right?
I look down at the rabbit and I fold it up and I say, anything for you, Murder. I love you. And I pull my arm around his neck and I pull him in for a hug.
We're gonna kill them all, he says. We're gonna kill them all.
Whatever
And he
you
turns
say.
around and vanishes into the night. And you stand there, the door open slightly, the sound of the awakening town on the outside as the sun is just starting to come up.
Oh my God. And I turn around and I open up the floor cellar and I put the rabbit in gently. And I climb into bed and I throw my arm over Morley and I say, it looks like I'm going to the Almerix tomorrow with you to help. We've got fresh rabbit.
And Morley mumbles in his sleep, hardly even perceptible to what you said. And not after long, you fall asleep. But before you do, something crosses your mind. What is it?
It is the internal struggle now between what Murderer has just explained to me, that he's going to kill people that have never done anything wrong to me, that I've never seen anything bad from them. I don't know what the struggle that he is talking about. I don't see this firsthand. And he's talking about killing people. And so there's the love that I have for my brother, my family, someone I trust, and this fear of killing people for what seems to me to be no reason whatsoever.
So the conflict is clear in your mind, and you battle with it as you try to fall asleep. And sure enough, you earn in the night,
and I eventually do fall asleep, but I don't remember when. It's one of those nights where I don't remember falling asleep.
But it is a night filled with nightmares.
Yeah.
And the sun slowly rises over the town of Helton as all the villagers and the Orlesian guards begin the new spring day. And that's where we're going to call it a night. And it's there.
I knew it was
Very nice, Justin. That was Dragon Age Heroes Part 1. That's right. That's the start of our next little mini campaign that will spend the next few weeks. So hopefully you enjoyed it. I enjoyed it very much. I know these guys enjoyed it. So well done, Justin. Fantastic job, Justin. Always fun to be hanging out a little bit on Wednesday night to get a little bit of role playing in, you know what I mean? Thank you, community, for hanging out with us, chatting along, having a bit of fun. And I want to reward with the end game XP. Do you guys have anyone in mind for the end game XP?
No.
There are a few really good ideas.
Ideas. I missed them
Well,
all.
David Johns was fantastic. He said that Harlan could pretend that the ring is magic and cast fire spells, which I'm 90% gonna do.
Nice.
Zia Abraham, Zia, I'm assuming XIA Zia. Yeah.
Shaw?
Zia,
Shaw.
yeah. Let me know, Zia, if that's correct.
Shaw.
She commented a ton. She had a lot of funny ideas and like kind of mentioned stuff like I didn't read out loud because I didn't want it to hurt. But she's like, "Oh, did the spider poison Harlan?" I was like, so she was very communicative, had a lot of really cool ideas, and was just sort of entertaining. Big with the spider stuff. So I don't know. I kind of lean towards Zia.
Okay.
Yeah,
for endgame post.
Yeah, for endgame.
It's a Trarp.
It's what?
It's a Trarp. I just read that. That was one of her comments. It's a Trarp.
Yeah, I mean, Mark Lane had great ideas. David John had great ideas as always, but these guys are like wells of good ideas. So
yeah,
it's not new from them. But Zio was especially communicative tonight, and I really appreciated her kind of chatting along and hanging out. So I'm gonna say endgame post goes to Zia Abraham for comedic timing and entertainment purposes, and also ideas for the GM that I'm glad I didn't read out loud. So well done, and correct us if it's not pronounced Zia. I think it must be, right?
How else could it be pronounced?
Exia?
Ja?
Yeah.
Sarah?
Oh, yeah.
Steve?
Steven? Michael?
Za.
So there you go. Thank you so much, guys. This weekend is nothing. Well, I don't know why I said that. Next week, Friday night. She said, "Ee," so I guess that must be we were right. So next Friday night, remember, is the spooky stream. It's going to be Extra Life motivated, so we're going to be taking donations during that time, and we're going to be playing Outlast 2. So make sure you come and hang out. It's going to be a blast. Starts at 9 p.m. EDT, Eastern Daylight Time, which is that's right, Eastern, right?
Eastern Daylight Time, Eastern Standard Time.
Yes.
No,
Are we in the mountain time?
we're in Daylight Savings Time right now. It's standard during when it's not daylight. It's daylight during daylight time.
Oh.
Idiots.
Yes.
Fucking idiot. You're
Never-
such an idiot, Alex.
Never heard of that.
How did you not hear about that? How do you think they accommodate for daylight time? How did you know that? Jesus. Anyway, Alex is Googling right now.
Eastern Standard Time.
Eastern Daylight Time. And it's going to be 9 p.m. sharp. So come and hang out. It's going to be spooky. It's going to be a blast.
ET, Eastern Time Zone.
Also, obviously, next Wednesday, we're going to be back with Dragon Age Heroes Part 2. More Eric, Marin, and Sawyer. So come and hang out with us. It's going to be a blast. And make sure you chat to people during the week on the group. Make some posts. Join the Discord. Do whatever you want. And if you feel motivated, hopefully you do, donate to the Extra Life campaign. The link is, you can find it everywhere. It's at the bottom of this video. Because again, helping kids, helping people, helping research.
The money does not go to us, and we'd get nothing for donating.
Nothing to us, and it's tax deductible. Not that that should be a thing. Like a lot of people aren't even worried about taxes. Although I did see Mark Lane just finish his taxes like last week. Way to wait last minute, buddy. It's different.
I don't even know what that means.
So thank you so much for watching. Thanks so much for hanging out. Have yourself a great night. And as Chris always likes to say,
We'll see you around the table.
we'll see you around the table, guys. Good night.